I have everything done but about the way he has it.
Night after night, will we survive? Night after night, are we dead in this cold? Oh, everything's numb, everything breaks, everything will die here in this cold.
He says worse.
Welcome back, everyone. Wow. I can see this is really working. But you guys saw the intro. I remember the intro. I don't know why the chat's not working. That doesn't matter. But as you can see, we're not in the office.
No, we're not.
All right, Parmesan Chicken, where we at?
We are at Howler's Hatchet House in Columbus, New Jersey.
And we're going to have you introduce yourselves over here. Who are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm John from Howler Informer. Who are we going to do next?
Oh, this is a weird order. Hi, Tim and Katie.
Hi, Katie. I'm Tim and Katie.
I'm the other Tim, not associated with the Katie. Tim's Insanity, y'all.
And Yolanda, and we're Tim's Insanity and Heart Review crew. So shout out to our other family.
Yep.
And Whole Damn Much Loud podcast here. Can you hear us, Rick?
Yes, can you hear us?
Make sure everything's tested. We got Shelly, Rick, the GM. There we
go.
are. Yep.
It showed up in my feed.
Yep.
See,
John, too.
watching in between.
Yep. Look at the podcastception we got
Look
going
at
on.
that. That's looking good. All right. So, as you can tell, we are wrapping up our 2024 season, which has been crazy.
Busy year.
Can you guys hear us? Let us know. Shelly,
Testing,
enough with
testing.
the Eagles.
We're here. Someone says I can. So
Someone says, let's go Eagles.
Okay. Rick doesn't sound good.
Yes, can you hear us?
Rick doesn't sound good, brother.
He said he can hear us.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to
Alright.
share this. All right. So, what's our first thing on the agenda, John? All right. Introductions. We did introductions.
We all
we did.
returned to some of our favorite places. Which ones would you consider the most important?
Yeah. So, we all went back to places we've been before.
Yes, we did.
Which
Yeah.
ones did we feel improved the most? Let's start with
Go.
John.
Okay,
Yeah,
got
go
it.
down. I got
All
it.
right, so yes, I have a pen and paper. Ha, ha, ha. So I would say Value Fear very much so, because they added entire brand new intro, whole hallway. When you go through a door that looks like the wall, it turns into a hallway with blood coming down the walls. It looks beautiful. And then they had a whole Ouija board scene, and it was excellent. That was the whole beginning. You actually had to sit down on sofas, and they would talk,
Nice.
and that brought you into the beginning. So that was really impressive. And Willie's Shipwreck Cove is incredible because they built like 3 new ships, right?
Yeah.
They built like 3 new ships and a whole pre-show where you have to move things. To open
It was amazing.
that was a
pretty
pretty
good
yeah,
time.
that was really good.
And I thought Dark Knight's definitely upgraded
Oh, Dark Knight's
Oh,
100.
with that one dressing room scene
Oh yeah.
where she's like,
Where she
all
turns around the
appears,
mirror,
and it's,
yeah.
like, gory. And I like the new scenes with Twisted Carnival where it looked like the walls were melting into the ground. That
And
was
also the smell pods in
Yeah.
that house in particular were awesome. Like just the popcorn
yes,
sifting
it
in
was. Of course, the Cade Brigade slider show, that was
too
incredible.
early.
Oh man,
So if you go too early, time-wise or season-wise, they don't have everything set up right
Yeah.
or
because
set up
I went
to the
opening,
extent that
I
it's going
went
to
really
be.
early and I saw.
Yeah,
We
you went for the
also-
backstage thing because you
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
hosting.
me,
We
yeah.
went as like actual just like day guests
No one
on
did
our
it,
passes,
okay.
and we managed to miss both the Decade Brigade slider show and
fire show.
the fire show
Oh,
for
no,
the
you
two
missed
biggest
both?
things.
Oh,
But I still thought it was like much improved.
Oh, it definitely
just on
was.
the stuff, and the Avenue of the Afterlife was cool too because you got
I
to
didn't
meet
do
and
that.
talk with someone. It's supposed to be like the cut through so that you don't have to
so
go
it's
through
not
the scare
as scary.
zone.
So we buy the Nobu necklace.
Right,
yeah.
but the scare actors do come in and do meet and greets in there.
Oh,
So they
okay.
just go into a trailer, and we got like Fry Boy from the Decade.
Oh, nice.
Brigade
Oh, I saw
side.
the
So we
clip.
got
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
actually
watched
like
your
talk
stuff,
to
yeah.
him, and you'd never hear him speak otherwise.
No.
So it was
Ooh,
kind of a
he's
neat,
very chill.
Yeah, it was
neat
cool.
opportunity. But yeah, Dark Knights was rad. I guess we can go since
Yeah.
we're already talking.
I had said when we were thinking about this that Laurel's House of Horror too, because they had
Just
to
the East Coast.
they had to
Yes.
bump it up for East Coast. So just like all year they were
They
and by the
gutted the entire church scene. It's
Yeah.
gone, and
And
it's
made it
now
like
like
the
an entirely
schoolhouse.
yeah. The schoolhouse was huge. and it was
And now, like, just at the end of the season, they just added like new light packages, a brand new kind of light show that they're going to use
they-
for each event.
y'all went to the Christmas thing a
Yes.
weekend before, right?
Yep.
So you know that the birth canal is gone and now
Yeah.
it's the quarantine
Decontamination,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know about that when we
No.
walked through. So
That was
there's
good.
there's a big jump scare on that video, but
The-
that was definitely they've improved.
As they always do. Yeah, eyeballing me. Families. For us, we thought about this last night. You know, Markov definitely. 'Cause they
The town,
it's just
particularly.
it was so
Yes.
much
The
different.
town was
agree.
so much better this year.
Definitely different. And we talked about Valley of Fear as well for the same reason. That whole Valley of Fear, what makes it so special is the way they theme. I'm all about attraction being themed right. I don't want to see some assed out clown and then you got a lumberjack right beside it. It makes no sense.
No.
Right.
So, you know, the theming has to be consistent. And they've done that.
Yes, they do.
But for me personally, the town was almost as good as the trail this year at
It was
Markov.
very improved. I definitely
We
agree. Like, the
got,
barber
remember
shop
we
was
came
so
out,
good.
we're
Yes.
like, wow, that was great.
I did.
Yeah.
I legitimately
Yeah.
was like, that was really good.
I think the night that we went, and we just went with like friends, like we weren't filming or anything.
Yeah.
The town was the more impressive.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That has more to do with the actor spread in the trail than it did with the
But,
actual
but
like
that can
comparing
happen.
one
But the
and
night
two.
that
But
we went, we were like, oh yeah, we're glad we saved town for a second because that would definitely kind of.
It was definitely worth it. I mean, and I do have to give some honorable mention to Reapers because, man, oh man, they went through and whew, they definitely turned it up when we went
Yeah.
out there.
It sucks that I missed that one, but
Yeah, it was-
We're on cameras all over the place.
Can we give a shout out to Jim saying thank you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much to
thank
Jim.
you, Jim.
Thank you,
awesome
Jim.
place.
We love you.
You're up there. Most improved.
Most improved Valley of Fear.
Yep.
Their shipwreck cove. Well, yeah, that was amazing. The town at Markov's. I agree with everyone here. Like it was amazing.
so many people stepped up this
Yeah.
year.
Definitely.
Great.
That really tells you something when a group of us with different perspectives, different, ideas, different experiences, and we're all like,
overlap.
yeah, that
Yep.
one did really good.
Yeah.
So
That's how you
shout
know
out to you
Shout out to
guys.
Valley over there.
Yeah. Hey.
We're gonna make him get on screen in a couple minutes.
Woohoo.
But yeah, so the stream might be a little sketchy. The internet's going in and out, but there's nothing I can do about that.
All right.
That's why I'm recording it, so I can make it a full show tomorrow.
Nice.
it seems okay.
So it'll be streamer. All right. Yeah, I'm with everyone else. Valley of
Yeah.
Fear was probably my most improved. Obviously, Field of Screams changes so much every
They added a
year.
freaking
Yeah.
plane.
they did.
So did
oh
Markov.
man,
Markov's got a
Yeah,
plane
the
at the end.
plane.
Yes,
plane
the
year.
plane
the year of the
this
plane.
year. It was
Year
the
of the
year
plane.
of the plane. The
Well,
plane, boy,
Field
the
did a plane
plane.
because Markov's did.
Exactly. Right.
Exactly.
I'm not kidding.
Well,
James
did.
like, oh, they had a plane. He went and
I
bought.
would
Right, they
plane.
went and got a plane.
Yep.
That's how that happened.
Yep.
the crazy thing is the planes feel like now that they've been in both haunts
Yes.
for like years. Like I didn't even register. Like oh yeah, we got two
'Cause
new
it
planes
fit.
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
like,
fits so well.
both of them
Yeah.
have like shantytown equivalents where
Yeah.
the planes
Crazy
like,
junkyard.
why wasn't this here all along? This
Crazy
is awesome.
junkyard with the DJ and all the Satan and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I like that.
Dancing Satan.
Dancing Satan.
But yeah, for a big, huge shout out to Valley of Fear.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, what do we got up?
I didn't write the questions down.
I have them.
I got it.
I got
All
them.
right, what do we got?
I wrote the questions down.
Got the
answers
agenda.
down.
What was your favorite off-season event?
Yeah, tough one.
It's easy for me.
That's easy.
That was easy, for
Easy.
us.
That's easy.
Easy.
What do you got?
Laurel.
Laurel's
Laurel.
Christmas.
Which one?
Laurel's
Krampus
Christmas.
and Valentine's.
Christmas.
We loved both.
Yeah, the
Freaking snowing in like 12 scenes.
the Christmas one. I mean, you have to think about when you think about design and build teams. Laurel's, they do well at it. They do, and I also have to mention Harris
Yeah.
because Carlos is the builder,
Yeah,
and both were
rebuild.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
They were both really impressive, I think.
Yeah, it kills me that we didn't make it to Harris this year.
Oh, you.
Oh,
We
you missed
tried
out.
I
like
missed
3 or
Christmas
4
by stuff.
times.
And you know what's even crazier about that? You already missed one whole scene because you already tore it down.
I know.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
It hurts.
It's fine.
FOMO.
I
The
know.
FOMO is
I
real.
was-
But you also missed out because we went to go eat at Rockfall.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all missed
I work in Westminster, so I
Do you?
know.
Have you
yeah.
been there before?
Yeah, I've been
Oh, that place.
It was so good. I
That's
wanna
my
go
old
back.
stomping ground.
Just so you understand, you know, it's not always about the haunt. Right?
No.
Food is important to us.
I'm pretty sure there's a food
on
question.
the
Yes, there's a food question, you know.
Yeah,
But
you
do
Yeah,
do.
there
we
you go.
consider? Wait, before we get there, are we considering off-property food as being the
If you
food?
went somewhere to
associated
talk
with them?
about it, you know.
Sure, we
I
can.
think
If
that's
the haunt
fair too.
itself
Because,
has no options.
right.
Because really, if you think about it, haunt your experiences.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
so
right. We're not
Wherever you go
expecting.
after the haunt, sell party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Table
but like
service
by the same
restaurant.
token, it's like a full weekend with a bed and breakfast that happens to be next to the haunt. Is that part of the haunted
counts.
experience?
That's
Hey, it's part of the experience.
Okay.
It's like Rudders.
I'm not saying
It's
I
like
don't
Rudders.
enjoy travel.
Rudders.
I'm just saying I rated my food very differently.
It's like no, it's like if Rudders is right next to Field, if you go there and
Rudders is part of the field experience only because that's where you go to use the bathroom.
The clean bathroom.
Yes, the non-portable.
And but that's not a
Porta
knock on
potties.
Rudders, by the way. Shout out
No,
to
we
Rudders.
love
We
Rudders.
love Rudders.
Rudders.
We love Rudders and sheets. You
Why
guys have
don't
clean
they?
bathrooms.
I'm more of a sheets guy.
Nope.
But we
As
did.
long
I
as they
think-
got sheets for the bathroom.
Sheets for sandwiches. Rudders for
And
bathrooms.
their specialty coffees,
Oh,
they
yeah.
help.
but we did when we get there. We did find a couple haunts. We thought the
Yeah,
food
that
stuff
had some.
Oh, yeah.
exceptional.
But you do definitely have to consider the nearby
Yeah.
food at a lot of places because a lot of them just have like carny food
Yes.
or you know little food trucks or whatever, and that's all well and fine for those that don't want to go anywhere else nearby.
Yeah.
But there's so many
Kind of
options.
sad we didn't include hotels on this list. Then. Who had the best hotel nearby?
Oh,
Not us,
that
'cause we stay at dumps.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna change if by this qualifier. I'm gonna change our food list
Okay.
considerably.
All right, there you go.
Well,
Alright, so
I've
we-
got a unique Huff season. That
Okay.
I don't even know if anyone else went to it, but we were in Philadelphia in May.
Okay.
And no, it was right after Easter.
It was May.
Yeah,
It was the
May.
first weekend
and
of
we
May
went
because-
to Lincoln Mills May the 4th.
We are jealous.
be
You went
with
to-
you.
Oh,
and that was I'm
saw
we're
your
not even
video.
big Star
The
Wars
footage was
fans,
beautiful.
They're
but they did a
supposed to do it
really
again.
good job, and that was our first time at Lincoln Mill too. So we'd need to go back for regular
Yes,
season.
sure.
That's
Very
what we
good.
have to do.
We need to
But
do that.
it was so cool, and the way they their skit lines were Star Warsy, and it felt like it was very fun. And you know, if you've been there, there's really like unless you're in the haunt, you're kind of outside.
It wasn't just
And their
raining; it was
staff,
pouring.
their staff were troopers. They're out there swinging those like lightsaber chainsaws
rain.
in the
Yeah.
rain all night, and
The chain saber.
they did a really
Really,
good
chain
job.
saber. Hey, that should be
So-
trademarked.
That was
is now.
unique. It was unique off
Yeah,
season.
shout out to Andrew with the chain saber.
Yeah.
It was really fun. So
I'll
that
have
was-
to let.
that was
I
one
have a
that stuck
couple
out.
of really
Love the-
huge
like
Star
on the
Wars
thumbnail, we
fans.
had, like, the dark
Friends.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
oh, and the makeup
was
the makeup
really,
was
really
so
good.
Oh,
fun and
nice.
creative.
Did they have a
with
Yoda?
They
sure
didn't.
they- I don't know if they had
We
like
didn't
a-
see a Yoda, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean no.
It was
Because Yoda's like my favorite. all-time
Yeah.
but it was
Star
way
Wars
more
character.
like dark side.
Okay,
of
all right,
makeup,
Okay.
That was my
More
favorite
Sithy.
interaction that I had at Lincoln Mill was Star Wars themed while we're going through, and they said the dark side has everything you need, and I was like, oh, do they have new underwear? Because I might need some. And he's like, you'll be issued the standard uniform. But just like the beat of like, do I break character?
Oh, that was a great interaction.
Perfect. I love when they know how not
Yeah.
to break
Yep.
Yep,
character.
they were perfect. So yeah, shout out
That's
Lincoln Mill.
cool. All right.
All right, so anyone watching, if it's jolty, it's the internet. Nothing I can do, but watch tomorrow because I'll put it all on the live show. Yeah, because I'm recording at the same time.
Yes.
Smart guy.
Yes.
Smart guy, John.
Always have a plan B.
All right.
That's right. I always record.
Question 4.
All right.
This you traveled this year.
Wait. Did you guys do your favorite off season?
Ours was Laurel's Christmas.
Oh, okay. So everyone else.
okay.
All right. We did like Laurel's
Another
Christmas
pretty
too.
good
But she
don't
had
you?
a blast at St. Patty's for Field.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was.
That we
fun one.
missed.
Yes.
I think more haunts do need to do
No, you
St.
guys were
Patty's.
there.
We
Did
were there at
we
St.
did.
Patty's.
Okay.
It was.
Yes. Remember, I went down the list.
Yeah, you did.
That was the only St.
God,
Patty's.
you get
Did you
scrambled.
do your all season?
Yeah. but-
All right.
He was in
I-
the
I-
wheelchair.
Were you also?
Yes.
Remember?
was in a wheelchair.
We had
so
all the evil
I went
leprechauns.
Old
with
crypto.
a bunch of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to that restaurant. We went to that golf course.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
food was so
So
good.
was your
Everything.
off season then
blue
also
collar place?
Yes,
Laurel?
the
Or-
blue collar.
Yes, yeah, definitely Christmas. Yeah,
Christmas at Laurel's.
yes, that was
Was it
definitely.
those?
On a former spoke.
He has spoken.
All right,
Again, pretty
so
consistent.
I think you might have won this one.
Why?
What was the furthest you traveled this year for a holiday?
I went down to North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Woohoo!
There you go.
So you did Woods
I did
Terror.
it. My mom and I did a joint. trip.
Finally did.
Nice.
Good for you.
That's good.
You went to Canada.
I was gonna say you guys went to Canada.
And it's not as far as North Carolina.
It depends where in North Carolina and where in Canada.
That's true too.
Yeah, but how many haunts did you do in Canada?
7.
In Canada, we did 4, 6, and then we came back and did 2 more.
Jeez.
I think they went for
we
most
came
on one
from-
trip.
Like a week
We
off.
came from Canada and went right to 301.
Yep.
We
Okay.
They drove
right to-
8 hours
Are
to
you
301 and met me
serious?
there.
right to 301.
Awesome.
And then we did another one that night. Curly's.
Yeah, Curly's. That was an
Curly's.
excellent home park.
Yeah, we got
That
that.
was, yeah. I was not expecting Curly's to be like that.
What
Now I
about
want
you
to go
guys?
back.
What's the furthest you guys went?
Ours, yeah, we went to the Shenandoah Valley for Darkwood, and that was I mean, driving out there is beautiful, but we also did a doubleheader that weekend where we went to Red Vein and Ashland the first day, and then the next day we
Red
drove
Vein.
to Shenandoah, and they're not close.
No.
We basically made a huge triangle from where we live. So like we driving, I think we got back in at 3:00 in the morning and had to get up at 6 a.m. for work the next day.
Oh, wow.
But it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth
Darkwood
it.
was-
Darkwood was really, really cool.
Very cool.
Very nice.
What about you guys?
Well, before we do that, Rick from the Whole Damn Enchilada podcast said his best all season in Ohio was Blood Prison for Christmas.
The prison looks really cool.
I saw the Scare Factors video and it was beautiful.
Yeah, I would have.
Worn his way up.
You guys,
Yeah.
the furthest
I
you
follow
went.
her.
We
I
didn't
see
get to
Blood
go as
Prison
far
every
as
day 'cause I
everybody
follow
else.
Warden
So
Twitter.
what? The Poconos,
Reapers.
Reapers, or the Poconos? So a hotel in the
It's further.
Poconos and
Yeah,
Reapers.
we
Great.
didn't go deep tripping. We had planned on doing a couple in Ohio, so I think we're gonna start on working on that now.
Yeah, scheduling just didn't work out this year, but we definitely we met some folks at, what was it?
Kim's.
halfway.
Yes.
So we've got them on the schedule. They're close to each other, and there's some other haunts right around them.
Yeah, one's
So
in
hopefully we
PA
can
and
do-
one's just over the border
Just
in
over the
Ohio.
border in Ohio, yeah.
So it's there, and then of course, well, that'll be later this year. I'll hold on to that.
Yeah, we'll do little teases.
I have a question about this category too.
Okay.
Are we counting Halloween Horror Nights as a haunt?
can.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause
all
in that,
counts.
in that case, we went
did
to
go to
California. Was
California.
our furthest.
Awesome. All right.
I'll tell you what.
But the thing of it is, Halloween Horror Nights is kind of a templated experience. You know exactly what you're going to get every
Yeah.
time. They mix up the IPs, and
Okay.
it was an amazing event. We had a great time, but I don't put that in the same thought
No.
category as
not
like
the same
individual
budget.
haunts. Yeah.
I'll tell you, on my to-do list is Universal Studios for Halloween.
Go to Orlando.
That, of course. I'm sorry, I don't like California. I will never go to California.
It's
so-
okay.
But
we,
yeah.
we welcome wrong opinions.
Y'all can have that.
Hey, you know, we all have our favorites.
All right, so we did that one.
Food.
Yeah, so Tim and Katie won. They beat you.
Yeah, they
okay.
did.
Only
Kind of-
only by technicality. I,
Yeah.
I think
was that-
Darkwood is
I
supposed to
also
be.
went to Missouri for Brewing the Darkness.
Oh, good lord.
So in
Johnny
California, was
gets
that the
I'm
only place?
saying that.
We were in
John gets
Disneyland.
We were at Disneyland.
Oh,
The
okay.
trip was a
And we
Disneyland
did
trip, and the
Knott's
Halloween
Berry
Horror
Farm.
Nights we were sure to squeeze in because we were right there.
Absolutely.
All right, now first, eat. What were your top 3 foods from 2024?
Cheeseburger at Markov's Haunted Forest.
That,
That
I
was on our
Us too.
I had a rice waffle with peanut butter on
Yep.
it.
Me too.
At
Peanut butter and
Markov?
banana.
Huh?
at Markov.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So they
waffle.
still had the waffles on the
They have-
stick and all. I
Not
didn't
on
know.
a
no,
stick.
not
It's
the
on
stick.
They
the-
just had, okay.
Iron.
Because remember
Yeah.
we were in line.
Yeah,
for
they
the-
had that.
They
They-
had that.
2023.
Okay, they didn't have that. This
No,
year.
it's on
And
the plate
also,
now.
shout out to Woods of Terror. Thank you for having non-alcoholic drinks. People don't drink. They had a non-alcoholic Red Bull drink that had like sugar around the rim. That was delicious.
Mocktail.
It came out
We're doing
of the
drinks too?
like the container that spins like Roxy Spice. So it's like different flavors. So I got like strawberry something. It was really good.
Very nice.
I'm gonna give you one that it's a place that unfortunately a lot of people who do what we do don't visit.
Okay.
Because it's really more of a family. You could take the 5-year-old
Kids,
kid, no big
yeah.
deal. But Bedlam in the Borough,
Okay.
Lineborough, Maryland.
it's a benefit for the firehouse.
I watched the videos.
But the food, they have a guy down there that's smoking meat. Jared,
Pit beef, pit turkey, pit ham.
Oh, nice.
And I guarantee you,
And
this one in Rich will have at least 2 to 3 sandwiches.
I am not proud. I will eat one before I go in, 1 or 2 after.
Yes, yes. And what was it? Last year we went and the pit beef wasn't open.
Oh, it was a
Oh, I
snack.
almost cried. You walked up and I'm like, why is the shed not open?
It was so
What's
bad.
wrong?
The-
They came and
The
apologized
manager's
to
like,
us.
we know y'all here for this food. We sorry.
For you guys, Coach Rich just chimed in. Pit beef at Bedlam.
There you go.
There you go. We know. And I
But,
mean, literally, it's delicious.
I think the one other I think is Markoff's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Markoff's food.
And they're all like in-house food. Like it's not
Yeah,
food.
it's
Terrifying.
cooked on site.
Has anybody did Terra Farms burgers?
No.
No.
So
I only went
Terra
for
Farm,
off-season event years ago.
the owner's mom
Yeah.
was in the
Newport.
kitchen and they had all these different fancy burgers. Like one
Oh.
had pineapple on it and one had like this Gouda cheese. I mean,
Yeah,
right.
His mom is in there actually busting it, man.
She was killing it with the
Good.
burgers.
So yeah, that's
So everybody raved about them as we were, shoving them in our faces and drooling and,
Pizza Cones of Valley.
That was good. It was very
Ooh.
unique and delicious.
that's a good
Yes.
point. I ain't
Very
think about
good
that
point.
because I had one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
they
one.
were good.
They were really
Bruce,
good
you
and
know
it was
that's Beetlejuice,
easy.
right?
That's Beetlejuice.
That was 2. You can't say it anymore.
Oh yeah,
say it all
definitely.
Don't do it, or he'll have to go get changed.
But then we go back to we talked about places nearby a haunt.
Right.
Because
So
that
we-
did change my list.
We did introduce you guys to out at Laurel.
Yep.
Rock.
Thai at Laurel
Yeah, we
Diet
went
Laurel.
there.
by
Oh,
Laurel's
man.
House of Horror.
Got to go there.
Amazing.
Literally around the
They
corner.
said garlic
Yes,
chicken.
literally.
They were not lying about the garlic chicken.
Right? And then we went to Rock Salt.
Now I would go back there 1,000 times.
Oh,
Where-
we go there almost
That's
every time we go.
We like food as much as we do haunts.
Hey, Crystal, thanks for stopping by.
I mean, we've traveled hours just to go eat, get in the car, and come back.
Literally.
Us
On
too,
New Year's
actually.
Day.
We did that for the Rainforest Cafe.
New Year's
Yeah.
Day.
Different reason,
No
probably.
one knows
But
Tim is a Rainforest Cafe aficionado.
Yep.
Really?
we
Okay.
went to Rainforest Cafe just to send me pictures that one time.
It was right there.
It
So I
was
saw you
Niagara Falls. I
Yeah.
was like,
It's a shame they closed the one in Towson.
I know. Kills me.
We got here like twice, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, what happened?
There's
House
4
and
haunts on
Tyson.
that strip too. At the falls. Could be a cool video.
Clifton Hill is on the list, man.
Yeah, we
Nice.
gotta go.
So what about you? Your
So-
options.
Okay, so we had Freight Farms pizza.
Yeah.
They massive slice.
Not
I'm talking like
necessarily,
this
like,
big for like
Oh, I know you're
$7.
talking
But
about.
it
I had
is
one
like
of those, yeah.
you can
Like,
like 3 people could share.
3
that pizza.
people
That's
eat
massive.
one piece of
I didn't- I
pizza.
don't think I-
Easily,
I didn't
easily,
get
and
that.
then literally
And it's not
$7
that
for
much,
cheese or
too, yeah.
pepperoni. It was like
It's like you
insane.
can get less for like a personal pizza at like Mon Pizza or whatever.
It's good if you're more of a sauce person than a cheese person. It's not
Okay.
as good as some other pizza you could
Okay.
get.
Like I said,
but,
it's not gonna be
but
like
for value and
Yeah.
for size and for the brick
the
oven
gimmick
taste, like
of
it's
a giant
It was
piece of
massive.
pizza.
it's fantastic. And like the videos we produce don't really do the pizza sizes justice.
Yeah.
But
You gotta
then
put it next to your face. this is a face-size pizza.
But they are like one of the only places besides Margaret's that we could think of that do have their own food because the rest
Well,
is like food trucks.
yeah,
They
but
do have
that's
their
why
own
when
food
they
court.
requalified food, I have a new answer. But
Alright.
we did have Markoffs on our list too, with the waffles in particular
Yeah.
were really good because they just
Burgers.
Oh, yeah, I had
they make them
everything
on
at
site
Markov's.
and then
I
they
ate
give
around
you
the
like
world.
Has anyone
I
had
get both.
tacos at Markov's?
I did.
I did.
Yeah.
Do we
good?
like or not like?
I liked them. She was like, eh.
Okay, so we'll
I'm,
stick with the
I'm,
burger.
I'm more of a, I need more seasoning and flavor to it. It just, there
Was it-
wasn't as much
I like the
flavor.
sauce you could put on it. That gave it more.
A little bit more, but like the meat, like when you marinate that meat and that meat's supposed to be seasoned, like without the onion on it and the sauce on it, I'm like, okay, it's just meat.
Okay.
So
I've been curious, but we always end up getting the burgers because we know they're
And the
reliable.
waffles.
right,
Yeah.
and honestly,
Waffles with
I
the
should
peanut
have
butter
got.
and
I also
banana.
love that they got the little
Solid.
stamp. It's just like you get the burger and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's got the little
got
mark
the
up
brand
grill
on
on
it.
it.
Yep.
It's cool.
Who didn't notice that it was stamped? I think Bruce didn't notice it.
Oh,
I
you didn't notice
didn't.
the
I didn't because I
You got
ate
a
it.
picture.
They brand the burger.
I was
I'm
hungry.
not
on the bun.
That's
Yeah, spit it up all the way. Because if you just
It's like
open
they
it
have
up,
their logo
Yeah,
on it.
you open the wrap it.
they literally like stamp the bun with
It's
your
worth the
brand.
risk of just disassembling the burger.
Just so you can, it's pretty cool.
that's a photo op.
Yeah, Instagram.
Look, I don't
Yeah.
judge a burger on its aesthetics because
But then it's a
I'm
good
trying to
burger
eat.
and it's got stuff.
Right,
It's
there
not
you go.
just
It's 2 for 1.
yeah.
Attach grass fed to anything. Wait,
Oh, they're
wait,
done.
Think about it.
Okay, well, what do you
Got Originally, I was gonna put down the food trucks at Field are always good, and also the Grinch's Goblet cocktail that we
Oh,
had
yeah,
for the
the
Christmas
Grinch
event was
Goblet.
really good, even though it was freezing cold out and it was a cold drink. It was good. But since y'all changed the rules, if we can only do a top 3, everything else gets bumped down by the hotel near Darkwood. Where we had that fancy, like a speakeasy, like a fancy. We asked them around like 4 or 5 o'clock. They don't open until 7. We're like, we're gonna go off site and get something to eat. They did have people come in and do like a small grill there,
Yeah.
under a tent.
There was,
But
like, catering?
but they were like, yeah, if you want to go out and get some like proper food, there's 2 options really. You can go down the street to a bar where they actually had like themed
themed-
drinks.
But they
The
were
bar closed at
closed.
4.
Oh, well, that
So we looked it up and we were like, okay, that's not an option. They're like, well, the next best option is the hotel up the street, and it's like underneath it's like a really ritzy hotel. I can't remember the name of it off the top
Yeah,
of
but
my
it
head.
gives like Stanley vibes.
I'll look it
Like,
up
it's
after
a
this.
nice
But yeah,
hotel.
it's definitely like on
But
the
they've
ritzy
got-
side, to the point where we walked in and we were like, we're underdressed. But
It turns out that was okay.
they were
We have
fine with
another
it.
restaurant where you definitely have to be like not wearing.
We had like
hoodies, but-
filet mignon and mashed potatoes and like duck and like it was and the big piece of cheesecake with like chocolate whipped cream on it. It was
all
like
about that.
that was one of the best meals I've had, haunt or no.
Well, that's a good point. That if they don't have a lot of on-site, always ask the actors or the owners
Yeah.
where to go, because Hotel of Horror introduced us to a restaurant, something on the lake,
Something on the lake, yeah.
but
something on the lake.
like 5 minutes away. Food is fantastic.
Yeah, we were like, where to go eat? And then Marlo
yeah.
was like, check this place out.
Yeah, definitely
Hey,
ask.
Rich, I know you watching. Rich will
Rich will
about
tell
that
you.
place.
Rich will tell you.
They bring out, I got the meatloaf. I'm like, I'm one guy.
Serving
Two or three of us could have
meatloaf.
ate.
Yeah, it was
Nasty.
everything that we got, our whole group,
Yeah,
because
it's
we
good.
went, the whole Haunt Review crew, well, most of us, and it was a table full of food. You couldn't eat most of it. It was just so much.
Can we all say hi to Crystal and the fam? They just
Hi,
joined.
Crystal.
Mine?
Yeah.
Markov's
All of
burgers.
it? Yeah. I think that's
And then
It's
rock
everything.
salt.
Everything Markov's, the whole menu.
rock salt.
I said the 2 food items and the drink.
Okay, all right.
Let's make sure everyone got it. You know,
Everyone got their piece.
everyone got their things. All right. So this one's a fun one. Top 3 favorite memories from 2024. What stuck out the most?
Okay, this is gonna sound funny because you just said Marcos, but the entire night at Marcos was incredible because we went through the haunts and then we stayed there like until they closed. Pretty much, we were there for like 2 hours.
They were already closed.
Yeah, they
We
were.
left there, what, 1:30, 2
Yeah,
o'clock
we
in the
were
morning?
there late. They closed that place out.
Yeah. I ate
closed that
around the
out.
world. Was introduced to liquid death water, which is now my favorite water.
Are you kidding? You
It's the
gotta get
most
the right
expensive
one.
water that exists.
You
man.
gotta get the right one. They have flavors. They have sparkling. They have non-sparkling.
Oh.
There's
I
choice.
think they just have still at Marcos though.
Yeah.
I don't think they have
Yeah, it was
variety.
the mountain. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just had the mountain spring water. Yeah, but they
Which
have
is
different
not bad.
flavors.
No,
No,
not
it's
at all.
not. I didn't know they came in flavors.
Yes, I have a couple of flavors.
It's good water, but you can taste the dollars and cents that were used to
That was
produce
fun.
it.
Their money doesn't matter at Markov's. All rich
Like,
for at
take my
Markov's.
money.
For real.
So it's okay.
Other 2, bro.
Okay, so this is. All right, so I'd have to go with Lake Hickory Haunts. That was a whole experience.
Okay.
Being there because they have their own midway, and then the midway goes down a hill and takes you to a ghost town, and that's like a whole nother midway in itself. And then you go into the haunts,
Oh, wow.
and there's like 13 themes back to back to back. They're all very unique. You actually go out onto the lake. It's on the lake.
Wow.
That
Okay.
is
Tell you
so
about
cool.
that later.
Awesome.
But
That sounds like an
that was
actual
incredible.
nightmare for me, but I would do it.
Are you afraid of water?
Aquaphobia?
Yeah, kind
One of the
of.
haunts is called aquaphobia.
It's not aquaphobia strictly. It's more drowning. Yeah.
Okay.
Having my head. If
Dramophobia.
I can keep my head dry, I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I feel
And
you.
I'd say Pure Terror Scream Park. I love that. Pure Terror Scream Park was really well done. After you're done, they have at least, I'm not exaggerating, 30 12-foot tall monsters, all varying from Frankenstein's monster to clowns, to mutants, ripping people apart. It was really cool.
I like it.
And I should have talked about this in food, but I had a cake pop that looked like an eyeball.
That's
An
cool.
eyeball?
Nice.
It was an eye pop.
That
Yeah,
fits.
red velvet.
Eye popping.
Eye popping.
That fits. All right, you guys, top 3. You guys got different stuff, so I'm interested.
Yes.
Well, one of them that came to mind was we did go to Laurel's for Halloween, and we stayed pretty late to do like, I mean, there's no other word for it, drunk karaoke. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
We were supposed to do
Yeah,
that.
we
and
did.
we
Yeah.
ended up.
It's a good
What
time.
would have been your song?
I have no idea. I've never done karaoke before in my life,
I
and I
don't
won't
sing.
ever.
They
I
tend
would
to
be
just hand you
watching.
the microphone and say what song, so you better be ready.
Yeah,
I would just be watching.
it is fun to just watch, but
That's
if
what
you
you think.
participate, it's also fun. So
I'm
that
on,
was a really
give me
good
the
time.
drunk side. I'm on the drunk side.
Yeah.
Then the sing.
it's-
One and the same.
I would say, I mean, it's optional. I mean, if you're really bad, they will take the microphone away.
Oh, really?
My God, can you? What is really bad
Lauren
for drunk
started
karaoke?
singing, walked out of the room, and someone found her.
And the funny thing is, we're all sitting in the auditorium. It's out, and we're like,
What
did she
happened?
die? Or has she been killed?
She passed out. She was drunk.
So that was a good time.
I would also say East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast
one of
is
my
Yes.
best memories of
Yes.
the year.
Yeah.
really good
That,
time.
that is
It was like
Can't
a
wait to go
family
there.
reunion.
First of its kind,
Yeah.
but certainly
So
not
cool.
the last of its kind.
Already looking forward to this year.
we
Twice
actually
as big.
we actually
Yeah.
put that one on the list as well.
Yeah.
That was, I think out of all the shows that I've been to, that was the most impressive because it was a first year show.
And they did, yeah.
The only thing that sucked indirectly was having to walk past the weed
The
head
weed convention.
Yeah.
and then watching little kids go in for a dance recital
Right
as
next
they
to the
go
weed
into the weed
convention.
people.
Yeah.
We had that same we went to a Comic-Con at that, which I don't think that Comic-Con has happened since.
No,
Like
because
that,
it did not go well.
They killed it. But at that same expo center, they had a Comic-Con and a dance recital and some other trade show, like
Okay.
3 in the same time span.
Sure.
So people would park and then they would walk in and they walk into the Comic-Con and be like,
This is
"Where's
the
my
right
daughter's
place.
show?"
Right, right, yeah.
I think that area works really, really well if you have a big event that you need to book out.
Yes.
I think it actually is in many ways better than the Philadelphia Convention Center in downtown.
Yeah.
Parking is better.
Parking's much
Parking,
better.
getting to it is better. Yes.
But they
absolutely.
overbooked the venue to the point where I think if East Coast continues expanding, it'll be
Yes.
a great use of that space.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
right
figured
now,
out their
that-
wing.
I think they'll end up
they are
doing
expanding.
They
thing.
may or may not have already bought more places.
All right. Yeah, my whole
Yeah.
thing was we parked at the opposite end
No.
of the entrance, not knowing. So as we're walking, I'm like, what is that smell? And then you just walk past all these people. It was like Cheech and Chong coming out of the door.
I know, like we were, like there's this one door, like if it opened, it would be like, whoosh.
Right, right. I'm like, by the time we got to the line for East Coast, I had a contact high.
Everyone knows Kevin Steinbeck, right?
but how much would that have impacted your East Coast if you had actually walked
I
in
think it'd
with
be
a true
hilarious if
contact? You just
someone
walk, you
in
kind of
the-
get a little bit
in
of
the
a.
weed convention accidentally
imagine?
walked in and there's people's faces like melting.
Yeah, yeah. Right. They would have been like, what the heck did I
That
smoke,
would
man?
be an idea for a nice haunt.
This is
Get them all
Get
high.
people
and-
high and
The,
then
the Cheech and Chong room.
Right, getting high.
Dead high. There you go.
just pump it into the hallway while you're.
Well, I have to
God.
I have to say my personal favorite was going to the Paracon at Pennhurst and getting my question answered by the Ghost Bros. That was so awesome. That was the second time we saw them in person. The first time was for my birthday, and I got to take pictures with them, get autographs and all. But to actually, like, you're all these people, and you know, you get to ask a question, and you got your question answered. I was like, dude, this is so cool. Yeah.
I think we have one more in here. I
Yeah.
think we need to throw in, and definitely was the Terra Tours.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yes,
That-
Terra
that
Tours was
thing-
amazing.
Huge shout out to Troy.
At that,
Yes, Troy. Damn it, Troy.
Tours.
That was Terra Tours.
Right?
It was so well organized. Everything was right on time. It just went well, and for things to go that well, there's a lot of planning on the back
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
So,
But also, I hate you all for texting me pictures while you were on the.
You just
Sitting
gotta,
on the bus, dude. It's like, what you up to this weekend?
you just gotta step up. You know, step up. The dates are already coming.
I want to go to Pittsburgh.
We're going to,
And
we're
they
going
got
to
merch
yeah, we're
now.
going.
They got merch now, so get your merch.
Going to Pittsburgh in a car or in a bus?
We're actually on the Terra Tour. Hey Troy, I'm going to donate. I will make 6 of these for you as giveaways. You pick the color. You want them glow in the dark, whatever you want, and I'm donating. See me when you can.
We'll hit him up when we're done.
Yes, yes.
Because I always bother Troy at weird times.
Good deal.
A huge shout out to Troy. This is the last year, but I got stuck in Dallas for 2 days. So Troy came through and actually got me into Dark Out.
Yes.
Ooh,
Dark
nice.
Out.
Nice.
Yeah, so Ohio might become Dallas this year. We'll see.
All right.
Mike, you're gonna do your 3?
3 most memorable?
Yeah.
Okay, Markov's. Going through Valley with Beetlejuice.
That was
Yeah.
yeah. That was awesome.
And Terra Tours.
Yeah.
Mine is
And our Niagara trip. I had that.
yeah,
trip.
the Niagara
Our hotel
trip,
we lucked out.
having a private escort as Beetlejuice.
That was so cool.
the coolest thing. And doing a haunt by myself this year.
You did?
She went to Hell's Gate bars.
I went
Oh,
to
son.
Hell's Gate
And
Yeah.
exactly
all
how
by
many
myself.
times did you scream?
Nah, it wasn't that bad there.
I think it was
Really?
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Oh, that's pretty
Not
good.
too bad.
Yeah.
Not like Marcos, it was 16 times.
I was going to say, I was
Like
like,
Penhurst was what, 14,
God, that
15,
place
something
is
like
on
that.
fire hard.
Crystal chimed in real quick, not to interrupt you. If I read correctly, I believe they will be holding the Christmas convention at the same time.
Yeah.
It's their
Sounds right.
Christmas show. Transworld
Yeah,
has
Transworld,
a show
yeah. Yes, they have
along
multiple
with
shows, yeah.
Transworld. So, yeah,
Yeah.
one of the halls will be decked out in Christmas, and I'll be missing that completely.
But that
we
does,
will not.
Same
I'll be in
at
there.
East
Yes.
Coast, but like the Trans World having the claim on both sides of the convention center allows them to spread out however
Spread
they need
out,
to
yeah.
break it apart.
nice.
And maybe we won't get a contact high while we go in.
Well, you still could, just not
It'll be
convention
by
endorsed.
halters instead of
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'd rather take haunter high than weed high. You know?
Hey, it could be one and the same. Those lines
Yeah,
get long.
that's true. Yeah, you never know.
They do.
All right, did we do everyone get that in? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did John,
Alright.
You mentioned Kevin Heimbach. I heard
Yes.
it, and then it, and then it went under.
I brought that up because he actually went in and showed both.
oh, okay.
in his
All right, so this is a fun one. What are some new haunts you made it to? John, what's your new ones?
Oh, he has a list.
Oh, I see the list.
Look, see what it says here. Yeah.
Save that for the end. It's gonna be a good closer.
Yeah, be a good closer. So I went to easily 10 new ones. So I went to Pure Terror Scream Park, Woods of Terror, Lake Hickory Haunts, Sleepy Hollow Haunted Acres, Harris Nightmare, Legend of the Fog, 3-1 Devil's Playground, Fright Farm. I love Fright Farm. I actually went there because of your video, so thank you for that video.
Yeah, thank PJ.
And Oktoberfest, and then
Farm.
How was it? His face when he said extreme turned red. So bitter.
That is hysterical.
I see some hatefulness going on over there.
Tell the story, John.
Not now.
Tell the story.
Not now. Later.
All right, we'll wait
There's
till
a
later.
question for it later. I have notes about
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah, I remember.
You wrote
I wrote the
Look,
question.
wrote a
I
book
gotta
on it.
remember.
I wrote multiple
Did.
things down about it.
Holy God. Yeah, no, not kidding. Whole page.
All right, new haunts, guys.
our
us?
new ones were Red Vein.
Red Vein, which was great.
Darkwood.
Darkwood, which was great. We did Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood, which was we've done Florida's Halloween Horror Nights several times though. It's very different. It's smaller, it's more compact. Scare zones aren't
Terror
as
Trams.
built
really
up,
fun.
but they do have the terror tram, and I think the houses are better personally.
Okay.
They don't have as much space, but they use it very
I
creative.
mean, when you get to do like a house
Actors,
where
yeah.
they filmed
Act
like
like a
Bride of
closer.
Frankenstein, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
get into that.
awesome.
Yeah.
do it
Yeah.
on the history and the sound
Yeah.
system.
I mean, at
And
that
didn't
point,
they do
you
one
got
of the
cool
mazes
factor.
in the actual soundstage they filmed?
Yes.
I literally,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
That's,
That's the one.
that was cool.
That's very cool.
Are we forgetting something? I feel like we did one
You
more.
mentioned Lincoln Mill, if that would count.
Lincoln Mill was
Lincoln Mill was
early
new
in
to
the
us
summer.
in 2024 because we went there in May, but I think everywhere else was places we.
Yeah.
Field, Laurel.
We had
stuff like that.
planned to make it out to Harrah's. We actually
Twice.
had booked
Twice.
it with Carlos,
Okay.
and it didn't happen because we got sick.
Illness.
Oh, that sucks. Haunt bread.
It was terrible.
Shop. It's all ritual.
What new
Yeah.
ones did you guys make it to?
Probably Devil's Last Laugh was
Yeah.
because
Oh,
that,
Devil's Last Night.
we had wanted to go and didn't, and then luckily we did, and then we went back for their Christmas.
Christmas
Oh, yeah.
was so good.
Put up a hell of a show for Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas was awesome.
That front room still sticks out to
Oh,
me.
I do too.
Yes.
I remember it right now.
Yeah.
Like you walk in, it's like this beautiful facade of an asylum, and it
so many
starts
Christmas
snowing.
Yes.
Security guard
You
has
could
makeup that
take
looks like it's
Santa.
frostbitten, runs out yelling at you.
Oh man.
I mean,
Love that
they,
kind of makeup.
they changed. They made a lot of changes just for the holiday season,
Yep.
just for Christmas. It was just.
Yeah.
I
Corey's
haven't been there
insane.
for a year.
I only had
Yeah,
one
that's
complaint, just one small one, and it's not their fault. It was butt ass cold.
It was cold.
It
I had
was.
lot of
gloves
that
on. I
going
had a
on.
hoodie.
Yeah.
So we
It was
were
cold.
meeting someone.
I am. I feel targeted.
No, you're not targeted. Right. So we went to Devil's Last Laugh,
Oh,
and
me.
someone was supposed to be there.
Ah.
And it's freezing. It's like 0 degrees.
And you're, like, waiting?
We're all under.
We were.
Someone took
We
a
were
nap
waiting.
and decided not to
Oh
wake
yeah,
up.
that story.
Hey, I worked a long day.
Life is hard, John.
It's a good thing you called.
don't
here
gotta tell
at
me.
8
Life is hard.
In the morning and been like,
Shit.
Right. Oh my
Well,
god.
John's dead, so
That's what I thought. John's
Yep.
usually like us. Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
there
usually
there
early.
Which of us hasn't taken a nap and left our friends stranded in a haunted house?
We've had that luxury.
I'm trying to figure out what
I
this
won't
nap
live that
thing
down.
is.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I
nap.
don't know.
I will fall asleep in the car in a heartbeat, but I know he's driving,
Yeah.
so we'll get there.
But is it a nap or is it me going, huh?
Oh no, mine is
Micro
definitely.
nap.
Yeah.
I mean,
Waking dreams.
5 hours of sleep is all I need.
I'm a little jealous of the new haunts, and a lot of those were on the list that we were going to try to get to this year. But
You got to
scheduling,
get the Harris.
well, Harris we did
I went
twice.
through with Yolanda.
I mean, Harris is
Twice.
close by to us.
That's
Yeah.
close for us. That's not a
That's
big.
close.
But Red Vein was one we wanted to
I
get
wanted to-
to.
I'm
The
gonna go
Ohio
there.
haunts,
Their
and PA
their
haunts.
10th season is this upcoming one. So
Oh,
there's a year to go.
definitely.
It's like Laurel to win
Yeah.
all out for 10
Yeah.
years.
Yep.
Stayed up-
I've already seen
years.
some of the builds. It's
Yeah.
worth going out to Red Vein this
Just
year.
know for Red Vein, if you go early enough where it's still warm, that it's constructed of like trailers.
Yeah. Red Vein is a bunch of
So it
tractor
can get
trailers that are pushed together, and they do a phenomenally good job.
You
at
don't
it.
look like that on the inside, but
So
They-
it
Field
does
of
get
Dreams
hot.
Media night.
It will suck up the heat all day.
Yeah.
and make it-
Okay.
So it will be if it's early in the season still, and or we have one of those warm October nights. Just know,
So we will be a bit short.
just
I will be
keep
major
an eye on the weather. I
guys
I mean,
get any more new
on
ones?
the contrary, and
No,
how
that
it's
was
freezing,
new.
and then when it's really
Yeah.
cold. But
They got snow.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
wow.
did. They
Nice.
get real snow.
Saw the props and animatronics coded that.
But
Ryan
cool,
shared.
cool place,
Excellent.
and really exciting.
So what
they're in
new ones
their
did you get
10th
to,
season.
Harris?
No, that was no Harris. We've been to
been,
multiple times because that's close by. It just wasn't in the cars this year to get to as many as we
Devil's Last
wanted
Laugh
to.
really was really the only
Yeah.
new one, I think. Cause
We went back to a couple that we had been
We
to,
did.
like
you went on
301.
Territories for it and you went back. for
Right.
Christmas.
Yep.
Right.
How new is Devil's Last Laugh? Because I feel like
3 years.
okay, so it's
Yeah.
relatively.
Yeah.
I feel like this year I,
like
for the
like
first
a-
time, heard just a bunch of people talking about it.
Here's
And
the
I was like,
thing.
it does look cool.
We're
but-
helping.
one of those, the thing that makes it special is you to look at it on the outside. You're like,
Very unassuming.
whatever. But you walk through, actors were on point. And during season, they have a little area as you walk in, and it's just stuff going on, popping off left and right. And word on the curb is they might be expanding into the woods at some point.
Ooh.
Oh,
Among the trees.
Sapphire
Ooh.
Amber. Hi guys. Hi Sapphire.
So yeah, it's one of those. It was a surprise to me.
It was a pleasant surprise. I just have to say, for a 3-year haunt, the actors, their dialogue, their interaction, was like top level. You would have thought they've
The
been there
other
10
thing to
years.
think
That's
about.
what Lincoln Mill felt like. They're
Yeah.
so
Really?
new too, and they're just they
They're
got
still
a
pretty new.
they got
And
a
they-
running start.
They have
so-
only the space they have too. They can't
Yes.
expand because they run into the literally they're on the riverbank. Like
Yes.
there's
Okay.
nowhere to go.
No.
Yeah.
Like
So
all
the fact that they can
Yeah.
continue to improve and immerse and change
Yeah.
the maze up a little, it's a lot of work.
Oh, it
but
has
it's
to
so
be.
cool.
Yeah.
That's on the list this year. We need to plan it with
Never been
something
to
else.
Lincoln Mill?
That place.
No.
The worst
So
thing about
Another one that
Lincoln
we
Mill
It's
is
so
parking.
good.
The problem
Yeah.
for us is trying to split our time. So
Yes.
the two of us can go a lot
Preach.
further and do a lot of things, just two of us. But with Haunt Review Crew, unfortunately, everybody has
Different schedules.
We have
different-
school teachers, we have nurses, we have people that are on certain schedules that like a Friday they can't take off. Whereas the
Makes
two
sense.
of us can just say, all right,
We work Monday through Friday.
our kids are older than John.
Probably older than both of them.
I don't know.
You might be surprised.
One probably is older, or maybe as old.
But we're at that point where we're basically empty nesters and we can make our schedule a little bit easier
Yeah, we
than
can go
trying
whenever.
to
And the thing is, even if
Yeah.
we, because of what we do for work, if we go somewhere and we stay for a few days,
We can take our computers.
laptop, we can
Yeah,
work.
true.
I mean, I'm an IT guy, so I can work from anywhere. I just need some Wi-Fi.
Miss me and Wi-Fi.
So we're tagging on to a lot of these new ones, and I'm taking notes. We're gonna be going next year.
All right, so our new ones: Harris Nightmare, Sleepy Hollow Haunted Acres.
They had a very
The one
negative
by Philly?
experience.
Oh,
I didn't.
Uh-oh.
They had a negative.
The one by
Oh,
Philly or the one
okay.
in New York?
Billy.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh,
Green Mountain, which was Insanity.
Scream
I
Mountain's
didn't go to
incredible.
that one.
Hell's Gate Haunted House.
Oh, yes, I was there.
that was the one out
That
by
was you.
Chicago,
I
right?
was
Sure.
by myself.
Curly's Haunt.
Yes.
Shout out to Curly's Haunt. Fright World. Seven Gates.
Ooh.
Haunted House.
Wow.
Castle Dracula. The House of Frankenstein. Nightmare Fears Factory. That's us.
ooh, they beat you by one, John.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm beating them
thought-
next year too.
I thought he was gonna clean house with
I'm
Ben.
ready. I'm ready.
Y'all like to do the like. Sometimes one weekend is 3 haunts. We try to do like one at a time. We're also filming like
Three.
in
That's a
person.
light weekend.
Yeah.
It's 5 haunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 to 5
Yeah,
is
we-
hard. Like
Five was.
I want if I want to get somewhere, I want to stay and I want to like see everything.
Oh,
there
we
is to
do.
look.
I
wanna-
did that
too.
approach more this year where I was trying to do like Saturdays and Sundays.
Except when we go to Valley, we need just to go to Valley.
Yes.
Yeah,
When we
we.
go to Marcos, we just need
Just
to go to Marcos.
But that's
But-
a long night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is.
but-
Yeah.
The thing I feel honestly like a lot of places do have something where you could spend your whole night there. There's definitely smaller places that we've been to
Sure.
that like maybe 4 hours is enough, but
Yeah.
a lot of the places that we frequent, I feel like we spend all night there because when we get to because like field isn't just the 4 attractions. It's
No.
also
Right.
Many
carnival
escape
games,
rooms,
escape
axe throwing.
games, the projection
Yeah, we
shows.
don't
Like
leave.
Yeah, when we do Field
Field's
Street,
another
we
one.
Field's
don't
another
go
night.
anywhere else.
That's another one I'm glad we live close to.
Mm.
Like 20 minutes.
we're equidistant between Laurel and Field, so we're
Oh,
smack
okay.
in the middle. It's an hour north to Field or an hour south to Laurel, which means we have 2 home
Okay.
haunts.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty cool.
As a teen,
Has anybody gone to West Virginia? I know there's a couple of haunts that
For a
I found.
hotel near Freight Farm.
Yeah. Freight Farm's probably the
Freight
closest
Farm
we've
is
been.
sitting on a state intersection between West Virginia, and Pennsylvania.
Oh,
wow.
So-
okay.
Pretty
okay.
close.
I want to go to Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Ooh, I want to go there for good things.
I'm not going. They might keep me.
Yeah, lunatics are welcome.
All right.
well, if you go, take this one. 'Cause
They
they'll
would,
keep 'em.
if we go together, they're gonna send us back.
Yeah. Like, nah, son.
Too much. Too much.
Yeah,
They're like,
please stay out of it.
no, y'all can take them back.
Favorite hayride of 2024.
Valley
Ooh,
Fear.
Okay.
without
Valley
a
Fear,
doubt.
because
Yeah.
the whole beginning was brand new. An entirely brand new entrance with a Grim Reaper, and all the actors were on point. Shout out to the clown scene at the very end. That was incredible. Shout out to everybody in there. Cheeks, everyone. It was incredible. Victor Grant was perfect. I love the new scene, like a Demented Candy Factory. No one does that. That was incredible. The soundtrack was on point. The Terror Dome scene. It's just back-to-back bangers. The Friday the 13th scene backed up with Michael Myers with Howling Kills was so well done.
Yes.
Like the whole time, I was
Yes.
just smiling and just enjoying myself. Other people are crying because they're getting in their faces screaming, but I'm laughing at them.
That's the best part for me.
An excellent time. I really did. I loved
Yeah.
the whole thing. Reapers is incredible, but I went on the last night they were open, and I felt like there was some burnout happening. So I didn't get as good of a run through of it as I usually do. And I understand that. It was like November 5th or something. They were all, I understand. But Valley hit it home for me.
Bear in mind, we've only done 2.
Did you have a private one?
Of those 2, Field of Screams.
Okay.
And they did their hayride at Christmas time too, which was so cool.
Oh,
but
I
it
heard
was
it was
so
good.
It was,
Okay.
it was so cold that some of the hydraulics froze over and didn't fire.
Oh my gosh.
But fortunately, the update they did this year was the hydraulics in the
shade.
cryo,
Yes.
in the cryo. So it flips the wagon and it jostles you over. It's like riding dinosaur at Disney, for however much longer.
And I
that's
love
around.
Field, but Shade needed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
You need a little
It was
spice.
definitely the thing that needed a little bit of a kick. But also at Fright Farm, where we did the other hayride.
Yes, Fright Farm.
Fun fact:
Oh yeah,
Katie
I
is.
recorded like some audio for.
Katie did a voice bit for them because
Yeah.
they needed at the last second, like maybe an hour before opening. They were like, "Hey, we need something to pace this section out. It's dragging a little bit."
Okay.
And they were like, "Have you ever done any voice acting?" And he was like.
So I don't know if
Add that to your
I don't know if it'll be
But it
there,
was in
but
there for
we'll always
season,
have
it
a
was
special
fun.
attachment to that hayride now.
There you go.
The whole damn Enchilada podcast, who's a team member of ours named Rick Baldwin, he said Forest of Screams in Brunswick, Ohio's hayride was the best he's ever seen.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the whole day.
I keep hearing about Reapers too.
Where was
for
that?
The hayride. I don't know if it's.
It's
Forest of Screams in
It's nice.
Brunswick.
Brunswick, Ohio.
Notes.
Yeah, that's the thing. No one gives much detail, but I think that's by design.
Here's
I'm
the
not giving
thing.
you any detail. Just go to Reapers.
Yeah, definitely.
How's Reapers hayride?
Reaper's Hayride is an experience. If you've never been, you're going to be like, from the very beginning to the very end, you're going to be impressed.
You're gonna curse
But,
in
you
the
know,
video.
I'll never forget the first time I
and
went
what's
to
incredible
Reapers.
is
Like,
you stop
Right.
partway through
I
still
and
do
you
that.
do
I
more
still
of
do
it and get back on, then get off again, and then there's more.
So similar to the Terror Tram. Sounds
I love when
like
they
it.
put that.
Yeah.
You get off and you walk through a
yeah.
scare zone of sorts, and then
It's
But these are
different in
full
the
on
day
points you
than
go
it
yeah,
through.
yeah.
is.
Is
Absolutely.
Reapers full contact or no?
No.
No.
But they can grab you if you want to. You have to sign a waiver before you go through.
How do they know you can be grabbed?
Everyone has to sign a waiver.
But do you wear like a? Oh, everyone has.
No,
to.
everyone has to
sign
sign.
away.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like someplace
If
have a
they
blow
want
next
to, not if we want them. to.
Right.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not.
It's not terrible.
It's nothing.
No.
No.
Oh no, I'm not. I believe me. I know the difference between an extreme con.
Yeah, he's done extreme blackout. He need a leaf.
It's
The
not.
I still have
Everyone
facial
remembers the
irritation.
leaf. No one remembers the vinegar. I still have waking nightmares about that vinegar, man.
You had to drink vinegar?
Yeah. So they at Field Extreme Blackout Night, they have a section in Den, and this was I think it's different this year, or it was different this year. But last year when we went, they had the a lineup of shooters, and it was supposed to be like one is vinegar, one is applesauce,
what was
one is vinegar,
it
one
was
is.
supposed to be apple
Cider vinegar.
mixed with vinegar. Like it was
Okay.
supposed to
It was
be like
Like apple cider
It was
apple
vinegar.
literally
juice
luck
mixed
of
with
the
vinegar.
draw
It was
for a
gonna
while,
be
where
just
you
like
would
something
just-
kind of
Oh,
gross.
They make you
No.
drink something unless you opt out, and then
Yeah.
if you
But
opt out, you
they-
get your
but
chicken.
the
But like,
staff started doing one or the other, and it was like random. But then they ran out of the apple.
they ran out
juice,
of the
and it just
apple. So
ended
when
up
we
being
went
vinegar.
through, they were like,
Oh, it sounds
"Here's your
awful.
drink," and I was like, well, "Which one?" They're like, "Does not matter." You're
all
drinking
the
vinegar.
I think my last blackout, I got a facial peel with that black scrubby stuff.
Well, I electrocuted.
Yeah, you got
cattle
elect-
prod
Oh, I
Oh,
got
she
put it
got
in the
tased.
coffin.
Yeah.
under-
I got
behind
a
both
shot of apple juice in
knees.
my mouth.
Oh,
They tried to get me
at least it
Great,
was apple
actually.
juice.
Yeah. Well, she made me lay on my stomach.
What they had with the little
Wasn't it
syringes in Asylum is
Yeah.
where they had the little. It was like watermelon something. Or you hated it because you said it tasted medicinal, but I was like,
I had to do the like
I kind of dig it.
I had like moved like a whale or like a worm on the ground, and then she gave it to me.
Oh, lovely.
Whatever they were using and called it pee was not bad. So I walked away like, anyone got any
Does
more
not
pee?
sound right, Tim.
I want a little more pee.
I don't know if I would say that out
I
loud.
would not
It's-
say that
Anybody
out
got
loud.
more
It's
pee?
too late. It's been said.
On that note, that's what it's.
Well, the thing is, you got to go home with it.
Yeah.
I'll see you when I see
I'm
you.
not saying
privilege.
any pee. I'm saying
All right, you can
That
stop
particular-
saying it. You can stop saying
Come on, R. Kelly, don't incriminate
y'all,
yourself.
we need a whole another hour just to talk about pee.
No, you,
No, we don't. We don't. We don't.
What is going on here?
You're
I
not
have
getting
no idea.
invited
Don't
back
get off
after
the
this.
rails. So we laugh So what difference does it
All right, so I didn't get to go to Reapers. That wasn't, but I'm with you with Valley. Valley was amazing.
Yes.
All the changes,
Yep.
just and the way their hayride is set up with you sitting on the outside to me is just
so much
I
more
love that.
I like the
interaction.
host
It
they had
is.
too.
The host, yes,
because
on
the
ours.
host made sure people weren't destroying the sets.
Yes.
Because I got on a wagon with teenagers that were being teenagers.
No, I hate that.
Gee, teenagers.
Ooh,
And,
straight down the limbs.
And they were trying to break things. And
Oh.
the host multiple times said, "Can you please stop doing that? I've seen you do it multiple times," and they did.
Thank you.
Wow,
Very
Yay,
good host.
listen.
finally.
Very good.
Sometimes all it takes is supervision.
Yeah.
Favorite hayride?
Valley.
Okay, mine's Reapers.
I didn't go to Reapers.
I know.
Yeah.
And see,
So we
I
kind
didn't
of
go to
tied on
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
We didn't go
have,
to either, so we don't.
we have both listed Reapers and Valley because both are so different
Yeah.
than anything else around. Now, we've done a lot of them. They're just different.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so this one's a tough one. Favorite house of 2024?
I don't even think
If
of
you
it.
want to choose one,
Oh, you know what?
I did think about
Only
it.
one?
I actually have.
okay,
Me
because I
too.
wrote
Is it the
down
same one?
like a bunch with like honorable mentions.
Why am I not surprised, John?
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what-
Okay, dead air. Okay, you want me to say something? Okay.
What?
Your favorite house of 2024?
House, not houses.
Every 7 minutes, there's going to be a natural lull. Just let it happen.
Okay, Hotel Hawthorne and Frightful. Because I love hotels. I love hotels, and you never see it, and they knocked it out of the park. They really did from the very beginning with the bellhops and the checking in with the actual keys and then the elevator. It was beautiful. It was
It is.
Did
absolutely
you have the
beautiful.
singer in the room?
say
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
she's
and
act-
the,
like
and the pantry where it
Isadora.
actually smelled like it because shout out to PJ with your smell effect.
Oh, I love PJ smells.
So that easily was my favorite.
I love the creativity of PJ Smells. I
Yes.
do not love the
Some
smells
of the
themselves.
smells are good. Yeah, Satan.
There's a-
whatever is not.
He's got one. He's got a smell pod that's literally labeled hell,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Here, take a whiff," and I was like, just walking around with that face.
But in Hawthorne, they had like
When you can
like
never
the
get the
rose
smell
melon.
out of
It
your nose.
stays
That was
with
Harris.
you, yeah.
Harris was the
And
smell.
it
Oh,
smells
gosh,
so
yeah.
bad you can taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he also
Rich
goes
said no
through
golden
like
showers,
with the raw meat smell and
I
sprays
don't know
that.
anything
Yeah.
about that.
Ugh, that
What-
was
The
what
raw,
does that-
oh,
what does that entail?
the trailer at Fright Farm when you're leaving the first area after you walk through the town with the trick or treaters
Yes,
and
yes,
whatnot
yes.
and the house.
Yeah.
That trailer of dead bodies and raw meat
Yeah.
out back that you walk
He
through.
always goes in and goes
like
with all that.
we went
It smelled
through
really
during
bad.
the day
Yeah.
and it was already smelling awful.
Yeah.
And then he went back and sprayed behind us after we went there.
Yeah, bad. But
Can I give honorable mentions?
Hurry up.
Okay.
You
Okay.
get
Are we
two.
on the clock?
You get two.
Okay.
Dig it, two.
Oh,
Two.
darn it. Okay.
He's got 4.
I've got a bunch.
It's running off the edge of the paper.
Definitely the House of Hell 301. That was incredible.
Good
I,
choice.
I would have chosen that, but the hotel was so unique. You don't see that often. The whole ending where you actually go into hell. That was insane. You have to go for yourself to see what that is. And the Bedlam State Hospital, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. It's one of the settings in Pure Terror. That was one of the most detailed hospital haunts I've seen that wasn't a real hospital. Like the detail level was the same as Penhurst, but it wasn't a real hospital. That's how well done it was. Like one area you went into was like the area where they burned the bodies, and they had burned bodies all over the walls.
Ooh.
And you go in, they're telling you they went through, and that was interesting.
I hope it didn't smell like burnt skin. I've smelled real burnt skin.
I have not.
Oh,
I know what fake smells.
I've smelled real burning
All right.
skin.
Listen, this is your fault for inviting a bunch of haunters and thinking it wouldn't get dark.
I warned everyone. It was going off the rails in 5 minutes, but it's fine.
All right, that's enough.
Spend half an hour on pee, half an hour on
you are
burnt
not
flesh.
allowed to say that
You
word
can't say that anymore.
anymore.
We're
Not
bleeping
allowed.
Yeah, bleep it out.
There's no bleeping in Halloween Horror 365.
All right, somebody
Okay.
else.
You guys are up.
We have a mutual.
Apparently, we both decided we'd like Darkwood.
Darkwood is one house. It goes on for a while.
But
So every year, similar to a lot of other haunts, they do a retheme of everything. They gut everything. They go through and they retheme everything. So this year, their theme was the Phantom Forge, and the story behind it is someone is trying to generate electricity from the
Power
ghost
from,
realm
like, yeah.
Okay.
using Phantom Forge as their little like dimension, and the AI interface that controls the Phantom Forge goes haywire and takes over and basically just starts loosing monsters into the house from beyond that realm. So everything is kind of like tech themes, or was this year. It's going
Where
to be
there's
very different
tech,
next
like
year.
throughout, like you'll be in like a library, but you'll notice there's like binary code on the wall
Yeah.
or something like that. Like it
There
was,
wasn't.
I'm
I
all
mean,
about
they
that.
literally like
Yeah.
went through and repainted every room, similar to Fright Farm. Fright Farm does a tremendous job as
Yes.
well. I thought Hawthorne was great
Yes,
and would
yes.
definitely be our honorary mention. But Darkwood, I think, just because of the limited space they have and the limited amount of time and turnaround they
and the
have,
fact that like 95% is in-house,
Everything.
like handcrafted.
It looked like
Yeah,
a block.
we went
I watched
into
the
their-
video of it. It looked
yeah, yeah.
they
definitely.
said, I think he said 75-80% of what they do is done in house.
Yeah.
They buy very little.
That's a good deal.
And they had
Those are the best.
first of all, the projections and the programming that they did for like the video pieces. I do get a little bit tired of seeing video in houses sometimes, because I'm like, I would rather see an actor where there's a video screen 10 out of 10 times. But the way they used it at Darkwood in this particular context with the binary code and the Electra, the AI theme, like it works so well.
Yeah.
And there was, I think, we talked to the owner beforehand. They give their actors an option every year. Do you want to be on a sound loop, or do you want to actually, speak your skit lines? And I think only 2 actors were on sound loops this year.
Yeah, they're on.
And it worked. Like when the actors that chose to do the sound loops, they lined up perfectly. Like it was absolutely indistinguishable. I only knew because I had been told.
Got it.
So
That's
pretty
impressive.
cool.
they did a really
Impressive.
good job.
That water thing was impressive.
Oh, yes, it's cool too.
I'm going to go say Waldorf.
Waldorf?
They got to go in the basement of Waldorf.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Oh,
Huge thank you to Angie.
yeah,
we-
that
we-
was incredible.
We while we were there, we got to see the basement of Hell House LLC,
Yes.
and that was
And take pictures,
I was just-
hands in the chains, all kinds of cool
That
stuff.
was.
Yeah.
that was a good time.
I think the best part was watching Bruce's face.
Oh yeah, that
like
was
the best.
that was insane.
Like a little kid getting his train set. Like,
Because we didn't tell him we were going to try. Me and you just started
Yeah.
talking to Angie, and he comes up and like, you want to go in the basement? He's like, what?
that's a good time.
He was beaming from ear to ear. Like,
It's just
he was
that
doing
place.
it.
It's, if you've not seen the movie Hell House LLC, y'all should see it.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
as you walk in, it's just the actors are so theatrical there. Just
Shout
love
out to the bus boy in the first,
it. Yeah.
the foyer area.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Every single
Every
time.
single
Taker?
time.
He was
Yeah.
incredible years ago. He's still good.
Yes, every time.
And he changes
He's
his
just
lines every year.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
The year I saw him, he had a hammer and he acted like he was going to kill you with a hammer.
Yeah. I mean, he sets the stage for what to expect going throughout. And I love the fact that we got the. I don't usually say bad words, but we got the Tim oh shit meter.
Yes, we did. I watched Tim bowl over 2 women to get out of a room.
Because he almost shoved his wife's head into a wall.
He pushed her.
Oh, shit.
I'm like,
Hey man. Look, sometimes you got to make room.
I thought I was going down.
Instinct in.
I mean, literally, I'm like trying to duck, and my head is going straight into the wall. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he had to go under that little.
Hey man. All fair, love, and war and haunts.
dude,
Oh shit!
right? I'm like, okay, dude. I'm like, I know I'm short, but I'm not that short.
Look like a defensive tackle coming through the broken cover.
That true.
Right,
That,
right.
yes, indeed.
That was funny.
Oh my God.
That was one for the books.
I would agree with Waldorf. Also, Miles Manor.
Miles Manor was funny.
Yes.
Miles Manor.
Yeah, Miles Manor, easily the most approved and probably the best show because it's all interactive now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a 7-minute walkthrough. You're in there in
Right.
20 minutes. Like, it's
Yeah.
completely
I
brand
love
new.
that they stop you in the scenes.
Yes.
I love that they stop you.
The effects they added, the different, and all the main actors being like new.
Right.
You could not tell they were new.
Could not
And
tell.
The best.
We had no idea until weeks later. Yeah. That's crazy. All right, so
What else we got?
I don't know.
pretty sure the trail.
Best
Is Jim
trail.
free?
Jim. Where do you want him to sit? Okay.
Come
Uh-huh.
The spot.
Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin. What?
You sound like Mr. Hanky over there.
Because before we do trail,
Join us.
Exactly.
we're gonna do. So, what was your favorite drive-through in 2024? Mine was Bloodshed Farms.
It must have been Bloodshed Farm.
Bloodshed Farms.
Yeah.
Favorite drive-through, Bloodshed Farms.
We didn't do a drive.
So you did
We didn't get to do it. Yeah,
Must be Bloodshed
It must be
Farms.
Bloodshed Farms.
So how's
We've
your
cornered the
season?
market.
I didn't go.
Our competition is rough.
really.
So how was your season?
It was actually a really nice season for lots of reasons. The weather, right?
Yeah,
The weather was
Huge
amazing.
Shout out to the weather.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mother Nature.
Thanks, God.
Other than Troy that one night, we had perfect every
Yeah,
week.
no,
Yeah, we did.
Damage Troy.
This was my 20th year owning a haunted attraction, and it was the first year I ever did not miss a night. Like, we didn't have to shut down.
Special.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
Never had to shut down, right?
Very
Because
good.
of the weather. I think it rained middle of September and then somewhere in middle of December,
One Saturday night,
right? Or November. Yeah, yeah.
You probably
wasn't
were
bad.
Yeah,
It didn't
yeah.
rain here.
in. Yeah,
It was, we actually didn't use our fog machines as much because the drive-through was so dusty. Just-
Just spin your wheels in the dirt a little
yeah,
bit.
but yeah, no, I mean, not raining all month was really nice. It was nice to be to put everything away, and not have it be wet and stuff like that. So that was great. But just in general, I mean, it just seemed it was a good year for guests that came. It was just so much positivity. So many people like leaving happy and like saying good things on the way out. Actors just had a good time. It was like it seemed like when everyone's really tired, maybe that's when we had our slow night. It was like perfect, and then everyone's all ready to go. All right, it's going to be a crazy night,
Balance.
So yeah, we had a good balance, with that. So that helped for the season, and kind of just a lot of good energy, for the like staff overall. This season was good. Everyone just seemed to be having a good time, the whole time. I think it was tough first couple of seasons doing the drive-through, but the people that have been working it now for years, they know, those guys know how to enjoy themselves and how to interact now more with the people.
Yeah, we had
makes it more.
Stalker Shelley with us for our trip.
Oh yeah.
That was her first time through there.
Yeah, she popped on earlier. I don't know if she's still there.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, she because we went up to Conover Killings. Shout out to Rob and the Conover Killings. And I was like, Jim's on my way home. I was like, let's get Jim.
Yeah, that was nice.
So we went through and had a hell of a time.
I didn't even tell her that they get in the car.
Yeah, we
If
didn't
you
tell
do,
her.
You know,
Yeah.
And I don't even remember who was the open the door, and she goes, "Oh, we're doing this." Okay. Oh, we're doing this.
Yeah, no one's gotten in and driven yet, though. But maybe that's next year.
I'm sure that's a thought. It's in progress.
But yeah, I mean, my staff, big props to like my whole staff this year because running that and Howlers,
Yeah, this was
it's pretty crazy. So I had to have a couple people step up, and they took care of me, this year, made sure everything ran smoothly, and it was still hectic and crazy. But most of the horror stories came from the axe throwing place more than the drive-through.
Okay.
Just a lot of people would come in here, and it was a little overwhelming. And, it was rough. But it was also good for the store and everything, so that was nice.
Yeah, so if you guys next year, or not even wait till next year, come axe throw.
Yes. Come Axe Throw.
Great for
And they have a whole
de-stressing.
board
Yeah,
game
right.
area too. It's not just Axe Throw.
Yeah. You got a bookstore.
Yes.
Lying right behind it.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Cool place to hang.
Yes.
So You yeah, need more I places like mean, this. I've heard it was a
Yeah.
good season all around. For
We're in the hat.
Product
a lot of
placement.
fun because of the weather up around here.
Yeah,
Sponsored by.
Yeah.
2023 was rough.
Yeah.
2024 was amazing for the weather.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Definitely.
it's in 2 years.
Yeah.
It's not like Pennywise where he comes back every 27 years.
I'll deal with the weatherless for 2017. But man, yeah, that's awesome. It's good
Nice.
to hear. You gotta-
Silence.
Who's
your next guest?
Dead air every 7 minutes, give or take.
All right, you want a cookie? Go get a cookie. We can eat on air. It's,
Cookie.
Hey, grab one.
grab
I
the-
have mobile
grab the
containers.
As long as
Let's open that plastic container right next to me.
Oh yeah.
Real
Some
great.
ASMR right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do some ASMR.
That's what the audio medium needs.
what we need.
Oh, yeah.
Our sponsor today.
What's your bakery's name, John?
Wait.
Oh, yeah, true.
Check out Bake.
What's it called?
Bake at West Shore Farmers Market.
Oh, just bake.
Both
All right.
Oh,
Snickerdoodle.
snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
Well,
Snickerdoodle.
are we sharing?
Come on.
Chocolate chip.
Oh, that's what
Back in
Nothing satisfies our spooky little hearts like,
Like a
Snickerdoodle
cookie.
from John's Bakery.
Listen, the only person that made these is not eating one. Okay, now
I got it.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not going to be the only one that doesn't get knocked
He's
out.
like, wait a minute, why is he not eating?
John's finally getting revenge on me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like as we all start having stomach pains.
Get the Maylock.
Got that fucker.
Y'all, ain't nothing better than sugar and red meat. That's all I'm saying.
Not at the same time.
I don't care.
Hey, sometimes.
It's our cookie break. We're at an hour. So.
All right, here. Favorite house.
I'm going to
Oh, favorite
trade Jim
trail.
out for this one.
Oh,
Trail,
okay.
right?
All right.
Mike, you're up.
Get out.
Bye, Jim.
Another thank
we
you to
doing
Jim. Thank you, Jim.
Indeed.
All right. We have the Beetlejuice from Valley of Fear.
We do.
Woohoo!
Live and in black and white.
I love it. I love it.
And that was the third name drop, so go change real quick.
Let's take a little bit of a break here.
All right. So we brought him in for a reason for favorite trail of 2024, but you go first.
Favorite trail for you? Okay.
No, for you.
For me,
You don't know what I'm thinking.
my favorite trail this year was Marcos Farm because it was so incredible with the Viking village and the brand new plane and the
It's 2 miles long.
frickin' hip thrust demons. It's hilarious. That was,
And the fact that you better
the
have good
actors scared
shoes.
Terry so many times. They got me 3 times because there's so much to look at. You're looking everywhere. It's so
Yeah.
easy to get distracted.
I agree.
And you gotta watch yourself. Like you can't. You gotta look down sometimes.
Yeah.
Else you're
Yes.
gonna
Yeah,
fall.
you have no idea.
My answer
And
might be
again,
different from yours.
just a reminder, ladies. This is not your cutesy poopsie. Go on a date, wear high heels and a mini skirt.
Close
No
Go
Uber.
walk a trail.
No Uber.
Okay.
Markoff's no
No
Uber.
Uber.
Yeah, where you're
Dude,
Oh
on
my
this
God,
really
what the
quickly,
hell?
we were talking just the other day about the drive out to Markoff's. How everyone has the exact same experience of like 10 minutes to your destination. You're looking around like, am I about to get murdered?
Yep.
And we were
And don't
saying,
run into a deer.
yeah, we were like, the real reason is because they don't own the farmland surrounding their property, and they probably would have to pay to advertise if they put up signs. But the reason we're saying is because they're actually just trying to creep you out before you get there. Just let the dread set in a little.
Yes. But you want
And it works perfectly in either sense.
They do a good job of it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that place. Perfect location.
Tried to Penrith as an experience.
I love their.
Oh yeah. Well, we got so that was a different kind of experience.
They talk about smell.
Yeah.
Smell pods not needed.
Well,
So-
what's yours?
Well, it might be the same as yours, but it might not be. I was actually gonna say Red Vein this year.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
So we did a walkthrough with Ryan, the owner, who gave us a little tour beforehand, and we were looking about as he was pushing down like corn stalks going through. There's outdoor sections and indoor sections of Red Vein Trail. It's largely outdoor, but there are indoor sections at the beginning and the end. So in the middle, he was talking about how like every year we have to come out and like mow some of this down, and it's really difficult because at the beginning of the season it looks great. It doesn't look too overgrown, but it doesn't look too cultivated either. Whereas by the end of season, teenagers being teenagers coming through just whacking stuff and actors jumping through, and he's like, you're hitting us at kind of mid-season, so it's kind of a mix of the two. Katie goes through and for the very first time in one of our vlogs drops all kinds of swears as people
I had
the
one.
actors will like sneak behind you in the corner, just like zip just
Yeah.
right by,
Ooh.
and you
And
can
that's
see
when
it
I
on
got
the
the-
night vision camera, but not on any other camera that we have.
Oh wow.
So just-
Awesome.
and she's like, what the hell just happened? What was that? What was
That was
that?
pretty.
And then,
I was a little freaked out. Like, I usually am just having fun, but that's when I was like, there is something behind me. And you get that, like, am I about to be murdered feeling
Oh, yeah.
a little bit.
100%.
But that's
But,
the
yeah.
best
But it
when
was
you're
so
a
fun.
reviewer and an enthusiast because
Yeah.
sometimes you get a little desensitized
A little.
because you do it so much. But then to get that, it's like,
Yeah,
yes.
some
Like,
of
I
us
love
get a
when
little
I get a good
desensitized.
scare
Others-
because I know.
Act like they've never been on a
I
hike
would
before.
also 100% agree that Markov's Trail is always a top
I
5.
was gonna
But
say-
I also think that the town was.
I
better
was gonna
this
say
year.
our
Really?
town,
Experience.
our town
Really?
experience was better for us than our regular trail. Not
average-
that trail was bad.
No, trail
it
is
just
always
town was on
great.
fire that night.
Yeah.
It was,
Yep.
it was,
It
yeah.
did,
They
100%.
definitely-
100%. It came up to the
All you
level
guys
of
like
the-
dropped to the floor in the one mining section.
I mean,
Yes.
some of that
Screamed 3 times.
that
Back to
there
back.
were people in the corner of town that I don't think like they had any other choice, but there were people in the corner
you got
freaking
shot.
me out. Yeah, I did.
You got
But the timing,
pulled
the
aside.
timing of the people
Oh,
in the
Terry
corn
got
was
shot.
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Fair trail.
Oh wow, we got Markroff's and Valley.
Kind of, but yeah, kind of both.
That's where we're at too. Marcos, the reason why I brought Mike over, Valley. The escape and shipwreck.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
think
was
that was
incredible what they
amazing.
did this year.
Yeah.
A lot of time and effort by a lot of people went into basically the rebuilding of that second scene.
And that's very clear. I mean, when you've gone places and you're like, you're used to seeing a certain thing that's like a staple or something that you loved about there, and you go back and they're like, they totally changed it, but it's like 10 times better.
Yes.
So
Yeah, Rob and his crew, they had a vision and they created it. It took a while.
They
but-
made a
they
vision.
blew it
Yeah.
away.
Because
Yeah.
we literally, we went together because we decided to go to North Carolina. But just see the giant second ship. It's just like,
It's
did
very
I go to
impressive.
Markov's and not that?
Right,
Because,
like-
it's like 40 feet tall. It's
And they
one of
got
the,
water with the bridge.
Yeah, the pond is another
Yeah, we were
nice
just like
attraction too.
dumbfounded.
Oh my god.
I'd have to say a close second.
yeah, definitely. That's why I brought Mike over. Because like the Markov's on a trail. Come on. I mean, the crypts are cement. The wood's real. Like this, there's real
Two-story
shit.
houses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that,
real stuff.
plane.
It's hard to compete with, but they also have like 40 years.
and a spaceship.
But
And they
Oh,
don't,
the
and they don't
spaceship.
change
The
too much
spaceship.
at Markov's from year to
No,
year
but
either.
you know-
That's the other thing. It's always a good experience, but it's consistent. It's the same experience.
and I'm gonna do
for the
something
most
weird
part
on
year.
here. Shout out to Markov's Christmas show. 'Cause I was-
That's true. That was a big change.
Really?
That was a significant change.
I saw pictures and it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Was it
Like
good?
you walk through. I don't know the movie. Dickens. Polar Express is in there. No, like Charles Dickens' land.
Yeah. The vampire village became like
The
a
courtyard of
Victorian.
where he would have walked.
Going for number 2.
You that's way
Hey,
cooler
good.
than what you were making me think. Like,
Well, so when we made,
'Cause it
first of
sounds
all,
like-
100% we should go. But the thing of it is, we had a bunch of family stuff on the December calendar because we told everyone to F off during the haunt
Which you're
season.
supposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
So-
makes sense.
So December comes and we're like, it sounds cool, but I don't know if we can make it. And it's not a Christmas haunt; it's a Christmas thing that's happening on a haunt property.
Sure.
And then they go and walk through, and Jared's sending me pictures, and I'm like,
Once I saw pictures, I was like, oh, that looks so cool.
like it seems like you could do it with the family if they don't like the haunt stuff.
Right.
Like the midway with the little houses.
Oh, really?
Was all
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
All the
Different.
storefronts
Yeah.
had
Whole midway
like
was
the
different.
Christmas
Wow.
looking.
Remember you
Yeah.
told us about it while we
Yep.
were there.
Yep.
but
one
we
of the
just couldn't
fire
get there.
pits was where they do the.
Selling Christmas trees.
They had selling
Really?
Christmas trees, and it was.
It was
Were they doing s'mores?
All right, enough about Christmas. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know you hate Christmas.
I mean, you talked a lot about it in the.
But I want to talk more about Valley since Mike's here.
Do that, and let me just put one thing out here that makes Valley different. In most of these walkthroughs we go to are very narrow.
Yes.
That one is not.
Why?
Yes.
So they come at you from every direction.
They come from
And it's
every
every
direction.
Every direction.
You never know where it's going to come from.
Some people might know that a little bit more firsthand. Huh? And the bamboo part, that's natural.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe, but I've been there for 10 years, and that thing just keeps getting taller every year.
It's like a
It
weed.
does.
So
And
that's
I
the way
love
they
bamboo,
light that.
so just that.
Yeah,
is
Because they make
cool.
that so much spookier the way they light it. I said a word I don't like using. That's weird.
When you have a wide walk-through trail like that, the way the actors can come at you, really, like I think we were walking, and the one came up behind us like really quick, and we're like, "What the heck?"
They're on the ground.
They were crawling out from on the
Legit, one
side.
character out of nowhere. You were looking this way at a character on the stage. And, I mean, a guy on all fours.
Yes.
Went like that fast at us. And we're like, oh god.
Yep,
That always gets you.
it does.
'Cause they're like,
That would be Robbie, yes.
But a huge shout out to Mike, Christian, the whole
Yes.
team out there.
Dan, everybody.
The last 3 years, it's been growth that I've never seen at a Canadian attraction. It's crazy.
And with the 35th coming, you can expect a lot more.
What can we expect?
Hey,
Hey,
I cannot
So
indulge
we're
anything.
You're just as old as Valley Fear.
Oh, we got to talk
No,
about that.
thanks for that.
So,
I really feel
these
old
two
now.
saw this. In Miles Matter, there's Father Barry's church.
yes.
I know this story. I wasn't there for it. I heard it.
He's laughing.
That was hysterical.
And you knew about that.
I did. I knew part of it. I knew that Father Barry was going to put you in a box.
Of course he was.
That's all I knew. I didn't know what
Confession
kind of box.
It was hysterical.
So I get put in the box. Father Barry's doing his sermon and yelling at me because I can't hear him. And he's like, "You fucking listening there?" All right. Then all of a sudden, the door flies open. There's Grin getting in the box in this 3 foot by 3 foot box with me.
Yeah.
And we're cuddling.
TMI.
Oh, you can hear it.
Well, I can't talk about pee,
No,
but you can talk
you're
about
done.
this in a
There was no
confessional.
pee.
There was no pee
No
involved in
bodily
this one,
fluids were
Right,
exchanged.
right.
That we
That
know.
we
of.
know
That
of.
we know of.
That we are aware of.
It sounds like
The fact that they both
scenario
came
was
out
right for
smiling
it.
meant
Right.
nothing.
We didn't see any plastic.
We were all sitting in the front row, and I made sure I had to look at everybody's face in the front row because I was like, "Am I seeing what I'm seeing? What the hell is a clown doing in here?"
Oh, it
And
was
he just
crazy.
came in one door, flew past, and went right in the box.
It was.
So I'm in there. I hear everyone die. Even Father Barry almost broke character a little bit. I'm laughing so hard. And then I thought of something after I was done that would have been hilarious, but we'll get to that. So that Grin leaves. I'm let out of the box, and when I was let out of the box, I should have pulled my pants down so my boxers were down.
Oh my god.
Damn! I thought about it when we were heading to Shipwreck. That would have been fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a huge thank you to Valley of Fear. They've been one that we haven't missed in 10 years.
No, we haven't. And it keeps getting better.
Does.
and
Like I
better.
said, the last 3 years have been
Last year was
Right,
what?
like 3 years, yeah.
80% new.
A lot of it was new, but the biggest difference was the actors this year.
Okay.
There's a lot of new blood that came in, and Christian, Mike, and Jimmy, and their assistant manager guys, they had
Yep, you guys had a class.
yeah, multiple
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
and that I think was a huge difference because having been there all season last year, there was never a time they were not on point. And that was something that in the 10 years I've been there, I had never seen. Everybody has a bed, let's face it.
Everybody. Yeah.
But last year, with all the dates that we had,
yeah.
the fact that these actors were incredible every single time you went through. You know, and talking to the customers that were coming out, oh my God, this was phenomenal. It was never the same attraction.
That was
It
the
was,
best every
yeah.
year.
You know, everybody. I was
Because
like,
everybody saw something different. Had
Yeah.
some other different encounter or experience that stood out to them. Which that's the sign of a truly great haunt. That everybody picks something and may pick something slightly different.
Yes. And Mike always makes us go through a couple times. Because like they know when we're coming through the first time, but he's like, I need you guys to go through again and make sure everyone's doing this every time.
Yeah.
They are.
I tell you, I now we've been even with Haunt Review Crew, we've been to Valley quite a bit. I got one request, Valley people. Please bring back them burgers, dude. They used to have some of the best
Oh yeah,
burgers.
they had some
And that little
burgers,
hut
too.
thing
Yes.
that's in the basement or
Yeah.
wherever it is, the
And
little
in the
kitchen.
building.
okay.
Oh, the
Yeah.
one at the end of the courtyard.
Yeah.
The pizza cones are really on point.
They
So
were.
I'll give you
They were
that. That was
They
really
are
good.
getting
So that
rave
was-
reviews. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so easy to eat.
Yeah, it
mean,
is.
you know,
You just hold it with a wrapper.
as
Dude,
opposed
it's
to a slice
so
of pizza
good.
dripping down your arm.
No.
It was good.
It's good.
It hit the spot.
It did. It
But we
did.
could have a 35th anniversary burger.
We should,
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't cook.
You like the
Pass it on to the
McRib?
right people.
you know, come up there and smoke some brisket and ground this.
What's up?
There you go.
But
we got
me
the
and
meat
Mike have a
smokers.
deal for his video that comes out in like 3 weeks.
Okay.
If that video gets 20 likes, I'm gonna act on a Wednesday night about it.
You can do it.
And your character will be.
And considering
Have you-
there's
what
probably
is your character name?
75 to 100 people from Valley that'll watch it, I think that 20 is pretty good.
All right.
I
We
got
gotta come
no
up with
less
a
than
character
4
name,
YouTube
guys.
I knew that too. So, Mike, you'll finally get what you want.
Brutus the Beheader.
Ooh, I like that. Does he get to walk around with a machete or, you know, like one of those big, the one with the 2 heads on it?
We should go by and just abuse him.
Oh, yeah, really. Can we throw eggs at him?
Oh my god.
I didn't hear that.
Okay,
See what
good,
started
good, good.
Mike DeGrossa. Thank you.
This is why we need supervision.
Yeah.
Patient,
Nobody ever said this was PG-13.
No.
but I'm gonna thank Mike for stopping by because I'm
Yes.
gonna switch him out for Bruce for this next one. Oh, you're gonna be on the camera.
Thank
Thank you guys. Look forward to seeing you next year.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
be there.
I'm on, Bruce.
Come on, Brucey, Brucey. Here, Brucey,
I'm trying my
Brucey.
best not to eat a third
Come on
cookie.
now.
Hi, welcome to the podcast.
Greetings.
It's just live and like 700 people are watching. Not even close.
I sat there and did the Reaper's review with you. I'm good.
All right, so I brought you in for our favorite top 3 haunts of 2024
Yeah. Okay. So,
because you went into you set your record this year. You
I
went
did.
to almost as much as we
I
did.
did 10, and 8 of them were brand new. I've never been to them.
About
Hot dog.
Thank you.
so I would say number 1 for me was Aquaphobia at Lake Hickory Haunts because it was so unique. Because you actually went onto the lake of Lake Hickory and you go into the bridges and they feel like they're gonna break under you. They're built that way on purpose. So you're right next to
gonna
it,
freak out.
and then they break up, and then they bend under you. You're like, oh god.
Yeah, he would
Yeah, so-
absolutely hate that.
Timmy, Katie, I think we need to go together because I hate that.
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll do it, but I
You
won't
and
be happy.
him will
That
be-
was gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But it was incredible, and the
Hold my
actors
hand.
were doing a fantastic job there. I'd say second, Woods and Terror, particularly the pirate ship, because you go onto an actual pirate ship they built, and the whole thing shakes when you're in it. So like you're actually on
on the
airship.
water.
Oh, that was incredible.
that'd be good.
And Pure Terror Screen because the set design was so stellar throughout the entire thing, and it was easily the best 3D I've ever seen. The actors in there were incredible. It was long, but it didn't feel long because you were having scares were fantastic, so I never knew when it was going to be real or fake. They actually got me once, so absolutely.
3 you liked?
I'm gonna throw out there that our first walkthrough at Laurel's after they had done the East Coast refresh, which was I think for halfway,
Yeah,
that was mind blowing.
that was
That was the amount of work that went into that,
Yeah.
and I
because we were there like it was literally like
yeah,
6-7
it just
weeks
so
since
happened that
Valentine's
their
Day.
their
It
first
was-
time being on a bus tour and their 10th year came at the same time.
Yeah.
So like they dumped a lot into making that experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was a good, real good walkthrough. Real
You
impressive.
like that?
I mean, I still gotta give it up to
Darkwood,
as
yeah,
being
we
one
both
of
we
our-
both agree I think on Darkwood.
Yeah, being-
Darkwood was
We had better put that on the list.
Yeah.
it's out there, man, but it's worth.
I mean, if you like to eat and then you can make the like, cause it's out there, but you go eat
Yeah.
at that place, you go to Darkwood, and you're
Okay.
good. Or you can hit the like bar where they have like the themed cocktails too. If you don't go on a Sunday and the bar closes.
it's
But-
in the
Because
you know
they're
where Luray
even just
Caverns
there.
is.
Yeah.
It is in Luray proper, like the
Yeah.
township.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like the tiniest little town where
Really?
no one goes, except if they're going to Luray Caverns.
That's like Falls of
Which-
Horror.
yeah,
But it is one of those places
What are you
Taylor's
out there for?
yeah.
like if you're just going for the haunt, like it, it takes like the 25 minutes to go through.
Yeah.
But so you might want to plan to have more of a day there at Ray. I mean, we were there doing like behind the scenes stuff, so we were there for like 10 hours.
And the craziest thing is, like, we had never heard of Darkwood until
Until
this
they
year
reached
when they
out.
reached out to us. So apparently, and we did a live stream like early last year talking about like this is something we might want to do this year. They're new because we've never heard of them before, and they said, "Oh no, we've been around for a while. We're just new to Instagram. Like we've never had social media before." And so, like, I don't think the word is out yet on how cool that property is. So if you guys have
That's
never
on the
been,
It's probably
definitely throw it out.
Because we can go to Luray Caverns, we can
Yeah.
go to the restaurant.
Exactly, you make a whole weekend. And Skyline Drive is so close. Like, you can just make a whole weekend of it.
I think statute of limitations are probably over now.
Oh, yeah, that was two.
We used to go down to the Ray Cabin and race it at night, motorcycles.
Oh my goodness.
I think you're allowed back now, Tim.
Yeah, I think that's
Don't hate me because I like 150 around a turn. I'm just saying.
I think for number 3 would be Fright Farm.
I would agree. Yeah,
Okay.
We're on the same page.
No, it's almost like we spend 90% of our time.
That's weird how that. We don't agree on anything.
we disagree on some things, but I definitely think we both agree that Fright Farm is always. And we did that one for the first time in 2023, and
That's
it feels like home now.
Yeah.
Favorite 3 months. Reason why I brought you over, big guy.
Favorite 3. That's tough.
I know. I didn't even give you any notice.
No, I mean, believe me, I've thought about it. You know, watching the podcast and everything. That stuff's always going through my mind. And there were just so many amazing haunts that I got to go to this year. But I mean, if I had to pick a top 3, I would say Mark Offs at number 3, Waldorf at number 2. Waldorf was just. It was something special. And that place was really amazing. And
I understand.
Reaper still has my number 1 spot. It's got a special place.
Honestly, they deserve it because
Reapers
that
is
place,
incredible.
Yeah.
that place is something special. They're the best audio.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've ever
oh
had.
yes indeed.
Audio is
That's
incredible.
what you said.
I
Yeah.
always
Laurel's does a good
amazed.
job.
How do you get
Ours
audio?
is the next
Yeah.
closest. But Reapers, you're outside on a hayride, and that shit's like next to you.
And the
Yeah.
thing is,
Wow.
you're up in the
Feel it in your
mountains.
chest.
You
You're
wouldn't
like,
think
where the heck is the
that you would
speaker?
get that kind of sound quality
Quality.
Like the quality of it throughout the whole time.
Yeah.
everywhere. I mean, this
chat out the
somebody spent a chunk of change. 'Cause it-
You think you're
That's no
comparing Laurel's, which is a movie theater inside,
Right, like
acoustic
the
and
acoustic.
audio, woods in the
Which is an
mountains.
acre.
On a
Like,
hayride.
Right, on a
With
hayride.
trees everywhere.
Like you're saying these are comparable in terms of audio.
Yeah.
So just think about it.
Yep. So good 3. I like it.
Nice.
What do we got down here for 3? Well,
Tim is high tech this year. This guy brings
hey, I'm only an IT guy. That's all.
We'll teach you Google Docs and stuff.
Okay, so we have the first 2 we agree. The last one I didn't get to go to, but so I have a third one. So Marcos, Valley of Fear, and then for me, I'm gonna say Terra Farm.
Okay.
I love the Terra Farm. Really, like it's crazy how you go through so many attractions, just one right behind the other.
Okay.
And they changed their line system where they do the numbers like Marcos.
Yeah, okay.
So that makes for a much better line experience rather than standing in line.
And people, I see a lot of people like never heard of it, but that's one you
That
gotta
is
go see.
definitely a hidden treasure.
We
I
have-
went once and I was surprised how
we
good it
have
was.
one
They have an
honorable
R-rated
mention.
one where they can swear you.
Oh yes.
We have one honorable mention. Halloween Haunted Warehouse. It. Let me say this. I love it for everything that it isn't.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not super big. It's not some big multi-million-dollar budget. It's in the basement of
It's not-
probably as big as this room, maybe a little bigger. But it is so well done. It's old school done right. And
It's in Mount Union, PA.
it's up in the
Literally
middle of
middle.
nowhere.
Like cell service was not the greatest. You get there and you're like, is this really like is this the right one? And you got grandma and the families and all, selling little treats and stuff and homemade blankets and pillowcases, stuff like that. You go around the corner, you got the little sign for the haunt.
Right.
$10.
Oh gosh.
And it's a
$10.
fundraiser for a train museum.
Yeah.
That part of town is kind of a depressed area. It's coming back.
Yeah.
But it was known as a switching point. Stuff would get dropped off at that place, stored there, and you would go buy your goods from that building. But it
Oh, is it the sun?
was just an amazing place. It really, I was surprised for the season.
Yeah, that one.
I
but
love
then,
finding those little gems.
yeah, that was definitely worth you would think, oh, $10. That's not, whatever. It's not going to be. But it was like an old school
Yep.
haunt that just kind of.
I don't know, it just hit
wowed
different.
you.
I loved it.
That's what we grew up on.
Right.
Yeah.
So it
That's
just brings me back there.
Does
Right.
it gives you like
Everyone
vibe?
gave me
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Kim Script does that differently though. But like the Niagara Falls ones, they were cool because they brought that back. Like they were the tourist boardwalk dumb things,
Right.
and I loved every second of it.
Yeah. But then you
They
had
had themed carpet in them. He said.
Oh yeah, theme
the
park.
themed carpet.
The carpet.
Like the old '80s arcades, but it was a spider.
Oh, I was
Man.
thinking
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
No,
Cool.
arcades.
1985 arcade.
Yes.
and they had spider ones, and they had spider web one, and skull one, and the
Nice.
skull one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah, but you had the other one that you had for your third.
Reapers.
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 Yeah.
I mean, Markoff's, Valley, Laurels, but I also like the Canada trips that we did. We did so much.
Do they theme differently there than here?
We'll get into that all.
Okay.
There's
All
stuff
right.
I want to talk about, like me and you, without.
Okay. Good enough. I got you.
Can't give away. Can't
This
give
is, to be clear, this is just the 2024 season that we're highlighting.
Yes.
Because I feel like we could say this about like any year, any of the haunts we visited could be our favorite.
Yep.
Like any of
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
them. They're all great.
That's true.
Yes.
For me, it went Markoff's, and Markoff's haunt's amazing, but it's also that midway and hanging out.
experience.
Oh, you
Yeah.
went.
It's a
lot of
lot of
folks.
experience.
Oh, hell of a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valley,
Yes.
is turning into like a front runner. Reapers,
Wow.
just because the intensity and there's a lot of ones like Harris blew me away.
Paris was
Paris, yeah.
What he did in such a short time period, because he does other stuff for other ones too.
Yeah,
So, like
he
he didn't
built
have
pets for
8
other
months;
people, too.
he had 2 months. And what he did in there, like I'm really sad that which one's gone. Sorry, because it was gorgeous. It was straight up beautiful.
It was beautiful.
You felt like you were walking in the streets of Salem, Massachusetts.
And we'll go more
How
into
the
that.
heck do you do that in a mall? Once you get into this place, you're like, I'm not in a mall.
And then
There's no way I'm in a freaking mall.
I'm
This
going to
town
call
is great,
out
too.
13th floor right now.
Uh-oh.
So John's getting nervous. John's backing out of the camera frame. But
Fades away.
they'll say, I gotta move the camera.
Yeah, you gotta move the-
Let's move it back.
So they'll claim 3 attractions. And it's just one wall.
Okay.
This man did 3 attractions
You-
in a mall.
Yes,
mall,
so come
yes.
out, go in another one, come out,
Yes.
go in another one.
And they are completely separate.
Completely
Yeah,
separate and
completely
completely
separate.
Yeah,
different.
the actual
Yeah.
exits and entrances was labeled and everything.
Yeah.
The sunlight just came through the window.
Yep.
I'm not gonna make you stand there or another.
Lower.
There we go.
Right there.
Huge shout out to Stacy.
Thank you, Shadow Woman.
All right, so we did
You're really
our.
gonna make her stand.
No,
Maybe,
we're gonna move
maybe
the
we
camera
can find
once we get
something a
to the next
little
question.
lighter than the pillow.
Disappointment.
That's all right. I'll do a shift
Yeah.
change when I
What- what-
get out
yeah.
of the- when I get out of the
Okay.
camera.
I'm gonna do John. Talk about home haunts and how to find them.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Good.
You, that was Glenn's section.
Thank you, Bruce.
Oh,
Thank you,
Bruce.
Bruce.
all right. So we love these big haunts that have bigger budgets. We love them like Field of Streams and everything. We love them, but everyone starts as a home haunt. So massive shout out to the Curly's Haunt in Wilmington, Delaware. They had incredible set design this year. The bar with the
bar,
with the
that's what
baubles.
sticks out.
There were baubles everywhere. They had a stilt walker in there.
Wow.
The chainsaw area wasn't even the end. That was the middle. And they chased after you. There was an evil church in there with multiple balconies. And I was very impressed. Very, very impressed for it. I went there a couple years ago and I liked it. But this time I was like, you could literally legitimately see a change. They put so much time and effort into it for 3 years.
That's
It
impressive.
changed so much. I was very impressed.
The home hunts, they have like a charm or like something
Yes.
you just can't. That's not touched by like these big guys.
I-
I think they're always. You know, I mean, every hunt is a passion project, but these home hunts are passion projects. You know?
Yeah.
And it's good to see more of them now. and the fact that you're going to cover where to find them, because
Yes,
that's important.
go to Maps.
Fright Maps.
Yeah, go to
Fright
Fright
Maps.
Maps, download the app
Yeah,
Fright
it's
Maps,
bad
and that's
again.
where
That's
you find
bad
them.
again.
And also, the Scare Factor has a really good directory of home haunts as well.
They do.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jared.
Now it's okay.
It's
Oh, now
delayed.
it's okay.
Oh, it's delayed.
Yes, there's a delay.
They
We're
got
just
delayed.
gonna be
But Curly's
fighting it.
was, I don't have words. Like, I
Yeah.
did not expect that
The Curly Song.
I didn't
yeah.
expect it to be 7 minutes long.
for a home.
Yeah, for a
Dude's
home haunt.
garage and then outside.
Like,
Wow.
it was a little less than 10
Wow.
or 11 minutes, somewhere around.
Wait a minute, in
there.
his garage.
Yeah.
That's
That's
amazing.
awesome. Like
awesome.
him and his neighbor's yard.
Okay.
There's a full size bar
Yes.
That's so
Yep.
cool.
with those.
With baubles and a stilt
yeah, the
walker.
dog.
It was a haunt.
So good.
Okay.
How about that?
Wilmington,
It
right?
Wilmington,
was
Delaware.
$10
Yes.
to get in.
Yeah, and,
So
the,
like the
and
horror
a lot of the
Yeah.
charity, it goes towards charity.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
charity.
Have you all heard of the Haunt at the Roxbury?
No.
I think so. Yes.
So they found us. And they got their own YouTube channel and whatnot. So they've been
That's where I
following
know
along
them.
with
Yes,
it.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but we started looking into them, and their home haunt looks incredible too.
Cool.
They're in
Missouri?
Washtenaw County, Michigan.
Oh,
Michigan.
They got a whole cemetery set up as
Oh,
their
okay.
entry point. And I
Sounds
haven't seen
beautiful.
anything beyond that
Okay.
in visual representation, but it looks incredible from what I've seen. So,
Road trip.
I think that going back to haunts that donate money to charities
Yeah.
or different organizations like the Horror Wing, the money helps to
Yeah.
preserve their
Line
historic
burrows like that.
their historic thing. The Limeboro Volunteer Fire Department. Their haunt is the biggest fundraiser they have.
Yep.
It's to help the fire department,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
It's
I think
important.
It is.
it's not always about hey. And first of all, people need to understand a lot of money on haunts is not necessarily what happens.
Right.
You
No.
put you
'Cause you
invest
put
so
so
much
much.
Right.
into
A lot
it.
of time and
It's a
effort
really
into
a
it.
passion project
A
for
lot
most
of
of
you
them.
talk to a lot of the owners, if they can break even and pay the bills.
They're happy.
Right. So I just want to give a shout out for the fundraising and the donations to, organizations and things like that. That, we really appreciate that. And it means a
The
lot.
first haunt I ever went to was at Anne Arundel County.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was
Yeah.
and that was put on. That was like when they have like the PVC piping and the
Yes.
curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
everyone in there is like either like a 4-H or a parent or
Yep.
something. And
That's
yeah,
how it
that was the
starts.
first.
Yeah.
That was the first one I ever did.
Like for us, growing up in Baltimore, like Baltimore City, we used to go out to Dundalk and Howland, Essex, because they always had little home haunts or something in a mall, outside of a mall. So yeah, it's we try not to ignore those because I think people sometimes overlook them and we shouldn't.
And it's tough because we get 6 weeks.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you can only do but so
If
much
that-
unless you
if
quit
we
your
can
job.
accept
Go
barely
full-time,
that,
you know?
Yeah.
Get the more home haunts.
Yeah.
Call your
Yeah.
I wish
congressman.
we could do that.
I so wish.
All right, so Crystal says Ken and I guest acted and did SFX at Curly's one night this year, hoping to
Nice.
join them more this upcoming year.
Oh, neat.
Oh,
That's way.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
the good team out there. Like it's cool.
That's way cool.
Yeah.
And if you want to do that and head to 301,
Yes.
Say,
We went to 301, then there.
yeah. All right, so home haunts. We did Fright Maps, right?
Yes.
Huge shout out to Mike at Fright Maps. They also have what is the other thing called for your holiday? You guys.
For Christmas?
your holiday.
Is that what it's called?
Christmas Prism or something,
Something
like
like
that.
that.
Sorry guys, I'm not a Christmas guy.
It's like your holiday.
But before we get into our disappointments, which
Like a break.
Don't we have this?
He is the Grinch.
The actors?
yeah, that's what I'm getting
Yeah.
into.
We're going to get her
So-
a Grinch costume.
We've all met a lot of actors and managers that do other things outside of the haunts, and we wanted to talk about that now. I'll let you go first.
Okay, so first off, I want to make a massive shout out to Anthony Glenn from the Zombie Army out in Chicago, Illinois area. He has his own prop company called Original Sin Design. He just made me the Ghost Bride prop. Absolutely beautiful. One of the best props I've ever owned because it's just immaculate. Because he has the glass eyes in it and the little details of the tears going down the face. And it's incredible. I'll have to show you guys pictures of it. It's incredible. And he's a scare actor at Hell's Gate and the surrounding haunts there. and he started with the zombie army there and building, and then he started making custom props for them. So for their brand new scene at Hell's Gate this year in the sewer section, all its props were his because he's so talented. He was able to make props for the entire scene. So he's incredible. And obviously a massive shout out to PJ from Fright Farm. He has his own company, Lifeless Creations, like you were saying, terrible smells.
And some good smells.
And
great
good smells. The pantry smelled wonderful. And he also makes custom masks. And it's really nice to see a lot of haunts represented with those masks when you go to
did see a
different
few,
ones. Like I've seen PJ's work at Field Screams and
Yep,
other
same.
haunts as well. So
Squeaks.
it's really Squeaks. Shout out to Squeaks. So lots of cool characters have been created with that. So it's very nice to see that. And also Brian Dembski from Dembski Creations, he helps with the set, and as Rick Paulden has said many times, it's fantastic there, and a huge part of it is because Brian Dembski's creativity. Very demented mind, but he's a very talented person.
We're all demented, John.
Yes, that's true. And he worked in Hollywood for years, actually, on movies and things. Like he worked on the Avengers. So he has a lot of really good quality talent.
Wow.
Cool.
Guys, you bet out
You
in the
didn't
field.
send me this one, so I'm
No, we talked about this when we wanted to shout out Scaredy Bears.
Yeah,
we
dude,
can
Yes.
shout out Scaredy
that's
Bears.
exactly what I'm talking about. Stuff like
Yes.
that.
I'm for sure going to forget some people,
That's
but
fine. We're gonna forget a lot of people.
yeah,
It's okay.
no, Sapphire and the Scaredy Bears, absolutely
For sure.
one of the coolest things to come out of Field of Screams or their talent pool. PJ for sure with Lifeless Creations. And I was gonna say to your thing too about seeing his masks in the wild, like you can always tell a Lifeless
He
Creation.
has
He's a very
particular
distinctive style.
It's very grungy and creepy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So every time I see a Lifeless Creations mask, I'm
yeah,
like,
PJ.
I take a quick picture and I
Yeah.
send it to PJ.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you made it as far out as this
This.
this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, just like the incredible pool of people at East Coast that all
Yeah.
had, like, every haunt had some of their own creations at every booth.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just to walk those halls. Disclaimer: we've never been to Transworld, so because it always falls during a time of year when we don't have available
That's why we
vacation
haven't been
days.
there.
So and
Same.
it's just far enough. It's just far enough away that we can't go and come back in the same day. So, just walking through East Coast and having a taste of like every creator kind of gathered in one place. It was like a big honkin' family reunion,
Was
while
it ever?
still
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
like a breeding ground for new talent.
I never
creations.
thought more of my life.
Just
Oh
tell
my
me about
gosh.
it.
So
Terry was incredible. She did like 30 interviews.
And you were in a wheelchair, so you couldn't run away.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wheel away.
Well, you did 30 like crazy amount of interviews.
Yes.
It's good though.
So any
Thank you to everyone for
artists out
shouting
there
my
that
booth
guys
out
wanna-
too.
Nothing in
Yeah.
particular.
All right.
Nope.
So I'm gonna start with Dozer Entertainment,
Yeah.
his
Shout out to Dozer.
photography and
And Sammy.
videography.
Sammy too.
Sammy with her costume making. Oh my
Yes,
god.
he's incredible.
They were on the territories with us.
Yes.
I remember that.
Morgan Cameron from
Yes. Haunted over.
Haunted Overload. The art she does, like I'll show you guys so you guys can see. Like she
It's
paints
oil
all
painting.
this.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow.
She's incredible.
It's amazing. And like Nikki with the modeling and what they do at Haunted Overload, and there's just a lot of talent
another
people
one you need to go
don't
see.
understand in this industry. For her website, it's MorganCameronArt.com. I've been working with her on maybe getting something done for our logo in the office. And stuff like
Sweet.
that. Then,
Very talented.
who else do I want to cover, John?
There's a lot of people
I
out
know
there.
there's so
I
many
thought you were
people.
checking John's notes.
I would have said this.
I just feel
I
like, I'm
like
missing
Tim's
people.
point though with the East Coast Haunters Convention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't realize just how much talent is behind the scenes at
Yes.
each one of these individual haunts.
Yes.
Us-
Very much so.
Like you go in there and
Like
I literally
Mandy
walked in and was just overwhelmed.
Mandy was incredible.
Oh yeah, all the
Their
makeup demos.
Yeah, the makeup
Yeah.
demos were
And
awesome.
Izzy,
And, like, the-
with all the stuff she makes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Izzy. Absolutely.
That's Izzy's what gave me this idea.
Yeah.
Like, there's people doing stuff like industry and non
Blood,
industry.
the blood
Yeah.
tumblers.
Yeah.
We all
And,
have one.
Christian, Morbid Art Images. That dude is a
I
genius.
can't think of the name of the people you got your purse from.
Oh yeah.
Oh, postmortem.
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 Yeah. The
Yes.
purses are sold, John.
Because they said it at the end of it.
No
That's all I
judgment.
remember.
No.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
look for person.
my backpack person. That you could change the faceplate
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I was like blown away.
I'm pretty sure that's where my ghost face bag is from, but it's not handcrafted or anything.
Boom, chicken, wow.
All right.
God.
Is there anyone else we can think of, John?
Oh, thanks.
Christian, even Mike DeGrossa does work. The Barrels Grin makes. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah.
there's so
Critter,
many.
Critter Corner Productions. That's Carlos's girlfriend.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
About
that. Yeah.
Heidi.
Heidi. Yeah, they do good work too. I lost my notes. All right, so talk about some crazy, but yeah, the photography, the video, like what Dozer and Christian do
Rogues
is.
Hall is incredible with his work.
Yep. All right. Before we do 2025 teases, we're gonna do John's favorite category.
Now,
All right, let's see if he runs away. Now he's staying.
I'm here.
He's staying.
I'm here.
He's
Your
in.
part.
All right, your biggest disappointments from 2025.
I want to hear John swear so bad.
Good luck with that.
It's a lie.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I've only heard it once.
Six Flags Fright Fest Extreme. So
She's like,
2 of the 11 haunts that were marked to be open were open. And the entire night they wouldn't stop playing ads of everything that wasn't open. So,
oh, jeez.
and
Did you get a refund from any of them?
no,
You spent extra money
yes,
for the
I spent
extreme,
extra.
right?
No, I spent I spent extra money. I went there because I wanted to see how they would approach Stranger Things as opposed to horror nights.
Okay.
Didn't see it, so
there was no approach.
no approach.
None.
So I paid a lot of money. I paid over $200 with parking.
Oh,
A lot of money. Didn't give me an express pass, anything. I waited in 40-minute line for 2 3-minute haunts, 40 minutes each. 3-minute haunts. One of them was a mirror maze with a handful of actors in it. They were doing a good job. I liked them. And the other one was like a typical 3D clown circus thing. It had an elephant puppet at the end. That was interesting, but not worth the 2.5 drive I did. Over $200, $40 for parking. $40 for parking.
parking?
And constantly the whole night playing ads for all the IPs I wanted to see. So every 2 seconds, I'm
my
reminded of why I wanted to be there.
But couldn't.
I'm just gonna tell you,
Like,
we were sitting right here. I told you so.
And what they did was opening weekend was supposed to be opening weekend.
Yes.
And let me think, Horror Nights was opened in August, and 10 houses and 5 scare zones. Technically 4 because the first one wasn't really the first scare zone. But that's side topic. So 10 haunted houses done at Hollywood quality. Can't get 11 done. Okay, so they wouldn't give me a refund. I tried to do their thing. You can't talk to a real person. You have to talk to a robot. Talked to the robot and said, no refund. Cool. And then they gave me a paper ticket and said, hey, come back sometime. And I
You
thought,
gotta be
hey,
kidding.
I might actually come back. Flash forward a month. Still
4
have
weeks.
2 of 11 open. A month later.
Yep.
I don't know
And
what's
the
going on.
season's over after that.
Yeah.
like what? in the
And then
world?
they finally opened them, and all I have to say is watch Kevin Heimbach's video. That's all I have to say.
And then they tore down King Ka.
Watch.
What do you mean they tore down
Good job,
King
John.
Kong?
I mean, it's on the drive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they tore it down.
Yeah, that's
It's gone.
You guys have any disappointments?
We
or-
do. The two, they're not super picky. The 2 biggest disappointments are consistent year over year, and that is one, it's series of unfortunate events. We always wind up dropping something.
Yes.
So this year, the big disappointment was not being able to make it to Harrah's. After we had
Yes.
booked them twice, 2 separate occasions, we couldn't make either one. So we missed out on one of the biggest new rising stars in our area, and it's close too, which
It's
is the
like
real
30
kick in the
minutes
nads,
away.
because we
It's
were
probably the
we were
closest
so
one.
close to being able.
He's opening
Could
for
happen.
Valentine's.
Valentine's
Yes.
and potentially
Yes.
halfway.
Yeah.
The other big disappointment, and this has just been a growing problem in the industry, I think everyone would agree, is guest behavior.
Yes.
Just
Very
Yeah.
the way that
That's why I was happy
At
there was
Hershey
a.
Park at the Estate
Yes.
of Evil, the house I was looking forward to the most. We had these, and I have purchased beverages with alcohol at haunts. I'm not saying we get rid of it entirely, but these people were adults. They weren't even teenagers. They were grown-ass adults.
Yes.
Obviously had a little bit too much, and I'm trying to enjoy the Estate of Evil house, and all I hear is woman screaming, "Where's Harry? Harry, are you Harry?" And I'm like, it's obviously some sort of inside joke between this group, or maybe it's their coping mechanism because they're too chicken shit to get through this theme park haunt. Sorry, I don't like grow up. But I was so mad
that's
about
an
that.
issue.
It's
So I was
also-
like,
That's why I was
you
happy
can
there was a
scream,
guide on the Valley of Fear
Yeah.
hayride because they could stop the
100%.
teenagers from
but
trying to
it's
break
not
them.
like they can
100%.
do any, like, unless if they're actually like touching people or abusing the actors, they're not going to get escorted
anything.
out
Right.
for that.
Yeah.
And I can't. And we were there as guests. We're not going to like get a private group to go through these places.
No.
But it's like, please just like, I don't know. And it was the fact that they were adults, and I was like, be respectful.
The theme park haunts are probably victimized the most by this particular demographic because a lot of
They had
places
to put in a lot of chaperone
Yeah,
policies
yeah.
for like Knott's
Yes.
Berry Farm. They had
exactly,
to do that
and,
because
and
they're
they
so
would
bad.
they would work if they were enforced. Unfortunately, they're not.
No.
Gotcha.
But this is a big problem, I think, industry wise, that like, especially, and I'm not picking on teenagers because we know a lot of teenage haunt actors.
Yes,
a lot
and
of
they are good quality.
Yes, yeah, they're great. It's not a age thing.
No,
but
it's just a behavior. thing.
within the demographic of teenagers, there are a lot of folks who get dumped at haunts and theme parks
Yes.
by their parents and are basically just let loose,
and they just go wild.
and they behave as
And I
expected.
think like a positive thing, it seems like maybe haunts in general, I mean, obviously one opening up at Hershey Park in the last 2 years, like it's a growing industry. People are more maybe invested than they were, and we're getting new people in, which is great. But these people don't have respect for the props, the actor, and that's what I don't like. I'm like, we don't need you. We don't need your business. Get out.
But Dent School has, for that problem alone, made a chaperone policy this year. They've been around for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And they had to say, these kids are acting so bad, we need an adult. So they don't let kids in without an adult because it got so bad.
industry
Yeah.
issue because they had that shutdown in Wildwood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
just-
think
don't know.
we casually browsed the Halloween Horror Nights subreddit, and there was a bunch of actors that came in and said like, "This is the worst it's ever been."
Wow.
And that's having acted. A lot of them have acted for like 20 years plus. Like this just gets worse and worse every year. So I think gradually you are going to see more chaperone policies enacted.
Yes.
But the thing of it is, as Katie pointed out, it's
just a
there's
people
drunk adults to it too.
Right.
So I don't know how we fix this problem,
One
but
drink limit?
it is a disappointment.
One
Maybe.
drink limit.
Maybe.
Not let them have them limited.
Maybe,
then
but
they
I don't
come
know.
in wasted.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. It's not like you don't know what they've done before.
That's
they get
true.
there.
In the parking lot.
That's what I hear from people is, oh, I just pregame so I don't have to pay $15
Right.
for a beer. So,
Absolutely.
On a slightly lighter note, but still kind of disappointing, the RIP dinner buffet went away at Dark
Yeah.
Nights.
At Dark Nights, we
The
love
character
that.
dining.
Oh, yeah?
We missed that.
We love that. That
We're
was-
big on. I mean,
Yeah, you like the theme stuff.
we all. Y'all can pretend you don't like
experience.
characters, but
I
you
do.
just call them scare actors.
no,
But
characters are great.
we love, be it like theme parks or be it haunts, we love interacting with the characters
Yeah.
and whatnot. And the scare actor dining at Hershey Park that came in 2023, we thought was a really good investment because it came with one house fast track if you wanted to pick
Okay.
one to just zip through the line,
good idea.
but also it was buffet style and the food was good.
Yeah, food was good.
So it's interacting with
fun.
all the scare actors. I mean, you could spend like an hour and a half in there, no one's going to kick you out.
Right.
Time slot dining, and then once you're out, you get at least one fast track, but you also just get to enjoy the event. So it felt like they might have cut that because they might have been losing money on how much food they were
Yeah,
producing,
that's possible.
but I miss it. I thought that was a really good
That was a
addition that I
They
would
got
have.
rid of scare actor dining for Horror Nights too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gone.
that's true.
It's
I
gone.
didn't see that either. Bring it back.
Oh man, I got one.
I got one too.
and it breaks my heart to say it.
It does me too.
It does, because it's
think we're
the
on the
place
same train,
that I have gone to. Good God, 10, 15 years or more.
Yep.
Yep.
I love it. The
That's one of the
location is
reasons why
perfect.
we started doing this.
But I have to say, and God damn it,
It hurts, don't it?
All right. I'm
does
just
hurt.
gonna take the Band-Aid
Bates.
off. Okay,
Rip
Bates.
it
I'm
off.
sorry.
Bates did not. The hayride was okay, but its namesake, the motel,
Oh,
it was nothing happening. And again, I don't know if that's things were changed as to how they want to present the haunted attraction. Is it a lack of actors, lack of actor training? Something died there, and it's just
Oh my God.
it had.
And it wasn't Norman's mom.
No, it had. I mean, honestly, for those of us who've been through it a lot,
Yes.
it had no soul.
Nope.
And
Right.
the thing that really, really disappointed me, the two things that disappointed me, the sign did not light up.
Oh, okay.
This
I
used
mean,
to
that
go
was-
off every 10
Right.
minutes.
That was a classic Bates Motel like image.
That was
When
the
you
thing.
were there, everybody
Yeah,
were like,
it's in my
we're-
promo.
We literally were sitting there waiting. Everybody's like, okay, where's the flame? Nothing happened. And the other thing, what happened to the Thriller dance with all the actors?
Right.
Yeah,
Every
That
every
was-
half hour or so.
Right. To
Right in
me,
front of the motel.
that was something. And the motel, the lights
Yeah, the
flicked
light-
to
And they had the
to the music.
flamethrowers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
It just-
what I
To
liked.
me, that was something that made Bates stand out. Those
I don't know what
things.
happened. I mean, everybody can have an off night, and I completely understand that.
Yes, but we're on 3 years of an off night.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the sad part about it is, it's not. It'd be one thing if they didn't have the potential, if they didn't have quality builders and a perfect
Right,
location,
right.
and the way it was themed. It's not that. It just
The
lost
intensity is
something.
gone.
Yeah.
We remember doing the behind the scenes with Randy and seeing his build area, his mask area, his makeup area.
It's impressive.
You know,
It
so
is. A lot of
he
talent there.
has an incredible
He
place
does.
there. But you know, Randy retired.
Yes.
You know, so what is his son is running it?
Yeah, I don't know if
I
it's
don't know,
that. I mean,
guys.
again, I wonder. A lot of people in the industry have talked to us and said they were having issues with actors getting as many as they normally would get.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
But
This
that
was
changed
painful.
this year. Because everyone I've talked to was
no,
overhyped.
Had
They were
plenty.
firing
Right.
people.
Right.
But we walked through that Bates Motel and people are just like walking around doing stuff. Like, what are
Right.
you
It was
doing?
like
You're just, in the
you're
room.
a second thing. Oh, somebody's here.
Oh,
Yes,
and someone said
yes,
boo to him.
yes.
Someone said boo
Oh,
to him.
Yes.
red flag.
That
I
that
turned around and
he
said, "Are you
came out.
fucking
He was
kidding me?"
hot.
yeah, that's
I was
just
pissed.
ridiculous. I'm like, dude, really?
Boo.
Boo.
So Bates, look, it ain't that we don't love you because
Nope.
we do.
Yep.
But
We want it back.
We want it back.
the soul, I don't know what happened, but I know you guys know how to put it back. I hope that you do. 'Cause
Please.
We missed that soul.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shell of what it once was. And that honestly is my and this wasn't her fault, but missing Terror in the Corn at Angie's place because of the rain.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing
yeah.
you can do about that.
We had the weather
Nothing.
just.
But we did have fun in the
We had fun in the
in
escape room.
the escape room,
We
and the
won.
fact that we got to go in the basement. So that was,
No, it was
totally cool.
It had nothing to do with Angie.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I remember Terror in the Corner being so cool because it's all horror. movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With elaborate
All
And
the
they do such
actors.
an
Yeah.
excellent job. Like at Cemetery,
They
they
do.
have a scene based on
They had
it. Excellent.
Chucky.
It's another one of those places that's not like everybody else's place.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Very
that was nobody's
So
fault.
Bates, we hope
Please.
truly.
It's not that we hate it. It's just
We
there's
know what
now
it used
better.
to be.
And
Right.
It used to be.
I used to look forward to
It was Bates
Yeah.
and then everybody else.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
the intensity in that house was not.
Remember my
I
favorite
remember
scene
going through
was that little
2018
girl
and coming
was
out
sitting
like
in that
house
chair,
party.
and the
Yeah.
chair went up the wall.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Yeah.
So in this
So
kitchen,
cool.
you walk in, there's shit slamming in your face. There's lights going off. There's static. There's a chick flying into the ceiling.
Yes.
You walk around the corner. There's pans flying everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what's in there now? A red fucking light on the stove. What did you do?
Yeah.
You left
like,
the stove on. Yeah. Oh, right there.
It's not
That's what died.
It's like a red LED light, and maybe a cabinet opens. I don't even remember.
some shaking.
Yeah, some shaking.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
it.
like, dude, really?
It was missing. It's just.
Harry?
It was just. It was
It's
missing.
the economy.
It was different.
Couldn't go shopping this
I'm
week.
not even mad at the outdated soundtrack for the Hayride.
Right.
Because the Batman theme, you're like, why is the Bat? But it's Bates.
Right.
That's that. You know, I'm cool with that. That's fine. But the intensity is not there.
Hopefully it will get back. It's just, and again, it's not like we're trying to pick on it. It's just I don't know what happened, but
It's the
not
biggest
same.
change we've noticed in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one other I'll talk to you about later.
Okay.
It's been bad for 7 or 8 years.
Yep. I know which one that is.
Thank you.
All right.
My goodness.
We're
Conversation
gonna.
over.
We guys all have an idea what we want to do for 2025. You guys can tease
I
as much or
do.
as
I
little
have
as you
one
want.
thing. One.
John, you're up.
One.
John is up.
Okay.
I know John.
I know where you're.
I'm gonna go to the Transworld Haunt Show, so I will be able to go there and cover it and show it to everyone. And I will be at East Coast Haunters again. And I'm not gonna. I gave a tease earlier. If you're paying attention, someone I shouted out. Some of their work is gonna be at my booth this year.
Okay.
And let's say you have to put your hand in something that might be gross this year.
Nice.
Just leave it at that. So
that's a lot
lots of fun to be had. And I definitely am gonna go back to Scream Mountain. I have not been there for multiple years, and it's excellent. And I'm going to Valentine's Day at Penhurst.
How's that, Penhurst? What a tease your season, John. Go ahead.
I'm not going to tell you
I know
anything
you
about
were-
my season.
I knew he wasn't.
Yeah, we've got something big planned.
We start planning early, so but of course there's no dates are published until July.
Yeah,
so
can we
we
fix
can't
that?
really.
Some of us would like to start planning.
I know that
We don't want the switcheroo like they did with Field this year, where we all thought it was going to be after Labor Day.
Yeah.
Up everything.
Calendar fell.
Did I tell you I yelled at Jim about that?
No
It was the
disrespect
way
to
the
Field,
calendar-
but
Are
we
there
do
any
love
Friday
that they
the
open early.
13th in haunt season? That's what because that's when they're gonna. That's when they're gonna.
Well, I will say though, this year Halloween falls on a Friday, so that means
Wonderful.
everyone
I know.
who would have closed before or immediately after Halloween gets one more full weekend.
Wonderful.
Almost certain.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
So,
Give
um,
us more time.
we have the ones that we know we're going to try to make it to, and then we have kind of a wish list. So I will say for sure we're going back to our home haunts, Field and Laurel.
Okay.
We would absolutely love to make it to Lincoln Mill
For
this
main
year,
season.
for main season.
Yes.
So, and then Valley of Fear's been on our wish list for a long time.
It's very good. It's
I
very
hate
good.
that
You
everyone
can't tell from
knows
this
that. I
conversation,
know. I
it's really
hate that
good.
everyone knows
Yeah.
everything about it except for me.
Yeah.
But and then Hera's
Hera's.
Nightmare is for
Yes.
sure happening. We just don't know at one point. We think we might try to go to their halfway event, but it depends very much on the dates. So beyond that, the wish list includes Nevermore, 301, Fear Columbus,
Yes. Yes.
and Legends of the Fog. We've actually only done their drive-through during COVID. So we
Yeah, I saw that video.
you had said that you were going this. Did you go this
I
year?
did. I had a wonderful time.
What did you think?
I really enjoyed it. The actors on the hayride were actually way more intense than I expected because they actually got in your face and were scaring people and coming after you. And like one of my honorable mentions for best walkthrough was their hotel called the Farewell
Oh, that's cool.
Hotel, and they actually had changed a lot. I actually talked to the owner Patrick about some of the things they thought could have been scarier about, and he said they listened to that and they changed it. So
We
they
met
took
some
out the lost. They took that out.
Hey,
Oh, the
I
room
love
where you
that
go in the
theme because it would have
multiple
worked, but they left the doors open. So you had this whole roof for nothing.
They took
What's
it
the
out and made
point,
something
then?
different.
All right, cool.
we met
I enjoyed
some
it.
of the
It's a cool
actors
theme when you're pulling on
from
Yeah.
Legend
But
like
if the doors
it.
are
at
open, that's pointless.
East Coast. So we
Lottery
know
House was incredible. I
we know
love
the
this
talent is
house.
there. We just haven't seen the actual sets and the infrastructure. So we really want to make it out, especially because it's pretty close to us too.
Yeah, it's not far.
It's a fun night.
So
One
that's
of
the
my
wish
favorite
list currently.
actors is
It's
at
a Midway.
Legends.
The wish list is going to grow.
Yeah.
It always does.
Hey, I wasn't expecting you to have your full 50 spot plan for October.
Well, the first three are definitely plans. The rest is we'll
Kinda
see what
wish
happens.
list.
But that's what we'd like to do.
Good deal.
what do you guys got early on the agenda?
Couple of the Halloween ones for sure.
You mean the off-season ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I'm gonna try my best this year not to just wing it because we normally just kind of wing it. We'll get on the phone and call Rich. If my sister Jackie doesn't make an HRC schedule, we'll kind of wing it. So we'll see. But I will say, awards this year, I'm working on them,
Okay.
and I have a wood shop at home, and it's not much as you can. I really do. I have a mad scientist lab in the basement.
They don't call it Tim's Insanity for nothing.
Yes.
So
I love my Christmas tree.
good deal.
It's still up.
It's still up.
As
I'm
it
not
should
taking
be.
it- I'm not
Very
taking it
good.
down.
But and you know we do. I'm gonna make them. I have an idea in mind. It'll be like nobody else's award. I promise you, because you can't do what I do. Yep. So
I sure as shit can't.
And
So you guys can expect the same pictures I send every year.
But also, I'm gonna get on the trying to coordinate like weekends that we can just get away and take care of 2 or 3 haunts in an area, like the PA Ohio border type situation.
Right.
There's just a lot of them that we just know our other haunt family can't always make.
Yes.
So we're trying to just start exploring more, and I think our goal this year is to do as many new ones as possible.
The other advantage now is that Rich and Coach Rich and Todd both can do video, and
Right.
both do video exceptionally well.
They do a good job.
So I don't have to do it all, which lightens my load
I
a
still
lot.
got to do it all.
So
Now,
to see.
those two guys, they can do videos like I do.
I capture things, but I don't edit.
But yeah, you know, so it'll make my life easier. So hopefully it'll give us some time we can escape and do what we want to do on a nice day go somewhere we don't.
To your point too, we realized this past season. So we tried to do too much. I think genuinely, because when we go out, we try to cover. So when we did a whole bunch of double headers, when we booked them all this past season, someone always gets sick. 100% of the time, someone is going to get sick during hot season.
Yeah.
And this year, because we got sick in an inopportune moment, we dropped 3 instead of 1. So this upcoming season, we're going to try our best. We might go out and do double headers, but we're going to try to only cover 1 per weekend, so that we can, if we have to shuffle things around, we can just, okay, well, we bought tickets, we'll lose the tickets, but we won't lose this coverage that we wanted to do.
You must come do Terra Tour. That is something we are
Pittsburgh.
definitely looking forward
Yes.
to this
Yep,
year.
that's on our 2025.
That is on our
guide.
2025 top of the list, Terra Tour.
Yep.
The
I think
last,
that is going to be a new tradition for
the
us.
last one was just, it was, again, I'm just blown away with how well it was organized, how well things worked out. We didn't have any glitches, no
You
issues.
didn't have to drive
It's like
nowhere.
It's like
Exactly.
a bus full of us.
Yeah.
It's a bus
Is it
full
in
of us.
November this year?
Huh?
Is it in November this year, or is it during
No,
prime
it's
season?
I mean, I don't know when it is. It's early October.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is, but it's early October.
All I can tell you is
But
I
dude,
can't
the
wait.
best part is you don't have to. You get a hotel, and they've picked a couple of good hotels.
Yeah, you
They
picked a
do.
range this year.
Yeah. And you come downstairs, you get on the bus. The
It's
bus
that
takes you
simple.
to everything. You don't have to wait in line. He just hands you your tickets. You go do
They give you your swag bag.
your swag bag.
t-shirt.
We had like what 2 or 3 different T-shirts. We got
crazy.
door prizes. It was amazing. It was fun on the bus. And then when you finish at the end of the night and you're exhausted, you can sleep on the bus.
Unless you're Bruce, and I just pick on him the whole way.
Jared never lets me sleep.
Nah, I'm snoring.
No, but it was cool because they do day stuff too, but you don't have to. You can do your own thing.
You can do your own
Like
thing.
when we head to Pittsburgh, there's a mall I want to check out where Romero filmed.
Yes, I want to
I
go.
wanna
Oh,
do that.
nice. Yeah.
And I know Rick Paulton's in that area. He might even be on the tour. So,
Okay.
you can do your thing during the day. There's no and the price. How much is Legendary Haunt Tour? I love Legendary Haunt Tour.
Has to be at minimum 400.
400,
reaching up to
500.
yeah.
I paid, what did we pay? $330?
Three something, 3:30.
We
I think
paid
it was.
less than we would have paid if we bought all these VIP tickets on our own.
Oh,
Right.
for sure.
So
I mean, of course, we paid for our hotel.
Yeah, you
they
gotta pay for the
came
hotel.
Yeah.
to the area. They
we
drove
were
back and
lucky
forth.
where we
did
were in a
hotel.
spot we were only 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We were 30 minutes.
Pittsburgh will stay.
Yeah.
But even the hotel price wasn't bad.
Wasn't
the
bad
price
at
that
all.
he's trying to get
It was a
now
decent
is
hotel.
not bad.
But you get a weekend away, you're not paying gas, you're not paying tolls, and you're not driving.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like you can just mess around on your phone, get to the haunt, have a good time, film, and then you're back home.
And if you want to have adult beverages at the haunt, hey, who cares? You're
Yeah,
not
because
driving
you got a
anyway.
DD.
Right.
But it was that
We
was
brought
really.
coolers on the bus.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great recommendation. And then Jared was like, "Look, we were looking at the other tour, and he was like, Tim, check this one out." Like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And
We
I'm
changed
glad we
quick.
did.
And the
Glad we did.
legendary's great. They go to
Yes.
lots of legendary haunts.
Yes, they do.
But what's the issue? It's after season.
And it's daytime.
Oh, is that
You
right.
get the full.
Right. You don't
You'll
get
never
the
know.
experience.
Right.
Right.
It says during haunts.
Odds
right.
are
That's
most
the one I was thinking of when I
Right.
heard.
odds are most of
They
the
went to
actors
Huntsville.
will
That's
hang
what I
out
thought.
because it is the legendary haunt tour, but you
Sure.
don't know that. People
Yep.
may equate just this time to work, and then they're done.
And for
So, and like the pre-con shows, Legends of the Fog was during the day, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
So what do you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
it's fun.
really, you have to have nighttime. For
You're not in the
Legends.
area. You're at the convention. Go to the haunt. Fun, but I mean, you're not getting the full show. So Territory is in season. It's 3 days, 5 haunts. I think it's 5 haunts this year. I'm not sure. It was 5 haunts for us.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
5 homes.
5 haunts, 3 days. It's a weekend away in Pittsburgh.
And I think about this. That'll be our 5 new haunts because we haven't done any in Pittsburgh.
I haven't done any.
was
I
no-
think
So that's going to be 5 right off the
Okay.
top that are new for us. That's part of our goal.
I haven't been to any of them.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that. That's
I'm
just gonna
so
be.
excited.
Yeah,
Damn
so
it, Troy.
Huge shout out to Damn it, Troy.
Yeah. I think
was
we all
lucky
have
enough
our
to-
pins, the Damn it Troy
Yeah,
pin.
Yeah, I'm getting one. Well, we got a big giant little pin the size of our chest.
Oh, that
Look
is so
like
cool.
Flavor Flav.
Hey.
Get a fake chain like on Tubi or something. Yeah,
And just a shout out again, Territories now has merch.
yes.
Really cool. Zip up hoodies, regular hoodies,
which
long
we're gonna be
sleeve
buying.
t-shirts,
Yeah, I
all
got
kinds of stuff. Really cool. They have like 2 different things that says on the back.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Ooh, remind me to talk to you about that later.
Okay.
All right, but you guys got anything else?
I thought about it, and if you wanted to do the 4-beat, I would do it. I'd go the Halls
I
of
think we're
Horror.
gonna do it.
Yeah, I
I'd be
want to
willing to
do
go
it.
the Halls of Horror if you go.
So
Are you going to do the blood option?
Bruce
Go
is
ahead.
in too.
Yes.
yeah, I talked John into it.
Yes.
He's not allowed to get offended.
Trust
don't
me.
get
But
offended
he's been
easily.
spending more time with me. I think I've worn him down. So.
All I'm gonna tell you is
I don't get
this:
offended.
you may get touched with some body parts.
Here and there.
And
But it's
my-
also optional.
My advice,
Yeah.
no, you cannot go to Halls
Which
without getting the
body
blood
part?
option.
They don't do it anymore without the blood option.
Yeah, he's
Good.
good. He's good.
Now, what
He's
I
good.
will say is take baby wipes, towels, and a change of clothes.
Yes.
I
Just
wore
in
that
case.
home. But for the 4-peat, yes, you're right. Because in this area of Pennsylvania,
Yes.
you could do Hotel of Horror,
Yep.
Yep.
Halls of Horror,
Yes.
Waldorf, A State of Fear,
Mhm.
Devil's Last Night.
Devil's Last Laugh all
All in a
together.
night.
Yep.
It'd be pricey because I think
Yeah.
you would have to do VIP for halls.
Yeah.
Trying to get
You
through that
kind of want
could
to
be.
end at Waldorf because of the
Because
midway.
the midway.
Yes. Okay. I
Hotel
can
doesn't
see that.
have anything.
I'm not
No.
sure.
But if you get
That's
the
gonna be tight, man, in a night.
now you can do it. If you get the hotel
When they open.
think about it. If you get
When they
if you're
open.
there for opening a
VIP
hotel,
when they open.
you're out of there in 20 minutes.
Yep.
There's no anything to do. Then you head over to you can do either Devil's Last Laugh next or Halls of Horror.
Because Devil's is not going to be that long.
No, Devil's you're in and out of.
Yep.
Halls you might have to do the VIP, and then Waldorf I would probably just do the VIP because I'd be tired at that
Because
point.
Waldorf to Devil's Last Laugh is just a short drive. It's just a few minutes.
Yeah, that's a few
Right.
minutes. Yeah.
So yeah, you would do Halls of Horror after Hotel, and then head over to
So
Devil's.
Hotel,
Yeah.
Halls, Devil's, Waldorf.
I'm in.
Hey,
I'd do it.
Let's do it.
let's set the
I'd do
date.
it.
Let's do
Let's
it.
set the date.
Let's do it.
4 in a night.
Hey,
I'm not
Angie,
doing
we
for
coming.
it. You guys can do what you want.
Awesome
The whole
vlog. You
thing is going from your blood
It
outfit
sounds like
to the next
like park
I'm
hopping at
bringing a
Disney.
change clothes.
Yeah.
Oh
Baby
yeah,
wipe.
like go the Animal Kingdom and back.
Yep. Animal Kingdom,
Baby
Epcot,
wipe
Hollywood
out.
Studios,
That's it.
Magic.
I always
Boom,
bring
boom,
baby
boom, boom, boom.
But I'm gonna wrap this up so we can talk more dirt off the air. But
You
guys,
think this is bad? Ooh.
Just wait till you see what happens off camera.
thank
Get
you
it?
to everyone that came
Yes.
in the chat. We had some good production today. Thank you guys for making the drive down here. All you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thank,
Thank
you
you
for the
to Jim,
invite.
our curious.
Thank you, Jim.
It is amazing Hatchet House and drive-through. We're gonna get out of here. But this has been Halloween Haunts 365. Make sure you subscribe. I can't do it. All right, Parmesan chicken. I will see you guys next Monday. Bye.
Bye. Parmesan chicken. They're never gonna let you live that damn.
Man.
Why are you Parmesan?
Okay.
Yeah, I
chicken?
don't know the Parmesan.
We need to know the details behind this.
We went to eat at,
Rodizio Grill.
which is like Fogo de Chao, the
Okay.
Brazilian
Yeah,
steak.
yeah.
So we're eating, just having a good time, chilling, eating the food as it comes out. And this one just out of nowhere screams, I really like the Parmesan chicken! To the point where me and Bruce like jump out